The apocalypse is coming. Are you scared? Are you prepared? The masses are running, frantically running from their fears, running with their tears, running from their lives, running from that dark shadowed creature that hides deep inside. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a lot to talk about today. How's it going, Sparky? Everything's okay for me. Oh, I forgot to send this message out. Oops. And before we get into the inevitable Iran, what the World War III is here. I shouldn't laugh about it, but at the same time, it's just like, just wanted to talk about the Winter Olympics real quick. Something caught my eye. And I don't usually talk about spiritual stuff at all on this show. We talk about comics, we talk about politics, we'll leave it that. We'll drizzle in some conspiracy theory just for a little laughs, right? And like, type of thing, but never talk spiritual. The Winter Olympics stood out to me, though. And for those who know, and those who don't. So a lot of significant things happened. Well, first, we won 33 gold medals, right? Not gold, sorry, 33 medals total. That has a very significant number if you know anything about the Hermetic sciences, or even like if you follow anything about the Freemasons. 33 is a very significant number, right? So we had 12 gold, 12 silver, 9 bronze, right? Setting the new world record for the most gold medals won in the U.S. in a single Winter Games, right? So 12, 9, 33. These numbers have a great significance in the esoteric world. I want to just explain this real quick. Those numbers, 33, 12, 9, they're regarded as powerful symbols of spiritual evolution, cosmic order, and mastery. They're not merely quantifiers, but keys to understanding as above, so below, right? Relationships between the cosmos and the human body. If you don't know, the actual symbol on the Israeli flag, the Star of David, is a Hermetic symbol, and it's fire, water, as above, so below. They're the elements, right? If you didn't know that, right? The blue is from the river to the sea, right? Sounds familiar, right? So there's a lot of spiritual significant stuff in that. So 33 also is a number of mastery and initiation, right? It's a spinal alignment of the Kundalini if you meditate, right? Hermetically, 33 is strong link to the human bodies, specifically the 33 vertebrae in our human spine, right? That's kind of like how you get to God, through the spine, right? It represents the pathway for Kundalini, the serpent energy, right? To rise from the base of the spine to the brain, signifying ascension of the spirit to the higher states of consciousness. So what some people call Christ consciousness, right? As the highest master of numbers in numerology, 33 embodies the ultimate attainment of consciousness, often referred to as Christ consciousness or Buddha nature, right? It is the master teacher, right? Then you got the divinity symbol. It's a cycle of sacrifice, redemption, renewal, right? Things like that. Esoteric, it's used in the occult, not just in meditation, right? And, like I said, Freemasonry represents the highest degree, signifying spiritual alignment, culmination of esoteric knowledge, right? If you watch Fallout, if you're a Fallout fan, she's from Vault 33. There's a lot of numbers, esoteric numbers that are in that. So then we got the number 12, number of cosmic order and completeness, right? It's divine, right? In Hermetic and religious context, 12 symbolizes a perfect, harmonious unit, complete system covered by divine authority, right? In alchemy, it's 12 is associated with stages, ornaments, or transmutations, right? And the number 9 is a completion of initiation. That's what I want you to pay attention to. It's the end of a cycle. And if you were paying attention when we were at war, we started dropping bombs at 3:33 a.m., right? It's an angel number. There's a significance to that, right? And what is the first place they bombed? It was a school, right? We killed first it was like 32, they said. Then they said 53. Now it's 104 children out of 170 that were bombed. The rest are injured, right? They didn't report all 170, by the way. They said 60 were injured and 53 were dead. And then that number started shifting as the day went throughout, and it's going to still shift. But there was 170 kids there. The math don't add up, right? If you have 53 dead and 60 injured, it's not 170. All right, so the math isn't mathing. But anyway, back to the 9. So 9 is divine wisdom and humanitarianism. 9 is considered a God number, right? And it's initiation, often associated with 9 dimensions of consciousness that initiates and must pass through. So that stood out to me for the Olympics. I was just like, 33, 9, and 12. And then we had our planetary alignment. All the planets were aligned, right? In this 2001 Space Odyssey, space alignment. And then we go to war at 3:33 a.m., right? So you have to know that there's a lot of shit going on. And Iran burned Baal, right? The image of Baal on their 60th anniversary of burning this image. And Israel declared that as an act of war. So a lot of, I don't talk about a lot of spiritual crap in here, but there's a lot of spiritual markers that have been popping up that are actually aligning up with this war in Iran. And I want you to pay attention to that, because everything is done with an intention. Nothing is coincidental. And, our government is run by a bunch of Moloch worshiping presidents and senators, and they do all this stuff. According to the Epstein files, they're killing babies and sacrificing babies. So there's a lot of witchcraft. And if you ever visited the Capitol, you would know that there's a lot of pagan symbols. And the symbols of the fascia, or the fascist symbol, in our Senate House, right? So, without further ado, I see Miguel's here. Let's bring him in. So, what's up, man?
I was listening. I'd like to add a little bit to that. We have to keep in mind there's 2 layers to it. They're the symbols and the things that they believe.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference. Is it real?
Mm-hmm.
It's shit that they make up for their own little treehouse crap.
But it's practiced.
Oh, whether it's practiced or not. Now, here's something to keep in mind. After the Holocaust, the Jews that founded Israel were atheists. They didn't believe in any of that shit.
Right.
They believed that there was no God, because if there was a God, he wouldn't abandon him.
Right.
Now, the reason that these people tend to believe all this stuff now, meaning the current crop, is because they've never gone through anything so drastic where they have to question their belief system.
Right.
So they're comfortable in their little belief system. It's very easy to be, we're going to play with the number, we're going to have this, we're going to have that, and blah, blah, blah. And those symbols don't translate over.
Right.
The number 7 doesn't mean the same thing for the Chinese.
Right.
The number 9 doesn't mean the same for the Chinese.
That's true. The number six.
The number systems are separate.
In
You
China.
ask Native Americans, they have different numbers.
Yep. That's true. That's true.
So my view is it's a whole bunch of horse shit for them to basically believe.
Mhm.
It's like putting yourself into a trance.
Right. Well, it's Aleister Crowley is the one that actually propagated a lot of this stuff too.
Yeah, white
You know.
people taking shit they don't understand because the
Yeah.
ancient Egypt and ancient Rome
Mhm.
and Greece looked down on human sacrifice.
Mhm.
They thought it was the lowest, most primitive thing you could do.
Mhm.
Julius Caesar, when he got to England, the reason he looked down on the Britons, and by the way, Cicero said,
Mhm.
the Britons are too stupid to be made slaves.
Right.
And Julius Caesar said, these people are still sacrificing people on trees.
Mhm.
So they viewed it as very low.
Right.
Now, the thing we also have to understand is that there is no god Moloch. Moloch is sacrifice.
Right.
If you look at Christianity, I'm going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. I'm sorry, but Jesus is a sacrifice.
It
It's
is. It is.
Moloch.
It's a human sacrifice.
It's a human sacrifice.
It is.
So we can, this is pagan, this is that. By the way, pagan just means person from the countryside.
What was it? The Norse gods, right? Odin sacrifices himself on a tree as well, right?
Yeah, he does in order to gain knowledge.
Yeah. So there's a lot of that. And the Druids as well, right? The Druids where the tree suffered and not the Christ. When Christianity merged with the Druids, and then they talked about trees suffering.
If you ever want to, it's a really long-winded book.
The Beowulf. Right?
It's called The Golden Bough. I read that. It took me a long time to read it because it was like a catalog of all these different things, essentially saying that this whole thing of sacrificing a king has always been around.
Yeah.
Dionysus, which is really Osiris, all that stuff comes from ancient Egypt.
Right.
But at the very end, even cannibalism was really looked down on.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in ancient Greece, how we get werewolves, one of the things of werewolves was because this one king tried to trick Zeus into eating human flesh. And he hated him so much, he turned him into a dog.
Right.
And this is where we get this. So we have to also separate that not all pagans did this. It's a section.
Yeah.
Of pagans. And what we call witchcraft, sometimes it's our
ancestors' practices before Christianity and colonial.
Right. And Christianity, it's very painted with the Christian edge.
Right.
Here's my thing from a person today in 2026. Does it really give you superpowers? No.
But it's not. It's for them. It's not really about giving you superpowers. I think it's really about keeping old traditions, symbolism,
and they can keep it in a rubber room,
right? And the symbolism.
They can keep it in a rubber room with a straitjacket because they're crazy.
Oh yeah, well
these are crazy people.
They're on Epstein Island, so that's where they're.
They're crazy people. They should be put in a room, and you can go away, or we can all put them all on the line, and they can all sacrifice each other if that's what they want.
I mean, if you think about the comics, Ozymandias was one of these type of elites that created a beast that would align the world together, the one world government. And he made a sacrifice of his scientists. So, Alan Moore, who's a well-known, self-proclaimed wizard, he put a lot of those alchemical symbols in his stories as well. Using that example.
Here's what I have to say. Jung said something awesome. He said the Catholics live in a museum in which they don't know any of their symbols. Protestants have stripped themselves of all their symbols, and they reach out to everywhere. We really don't know what the Druids did because the Romans destroyed everything they had.
Right.
So these are imaginations, it's
stories. Yeah.
Stories. He wants to think he's a wizard. Fuck, do I care? But is he really a lizard? Dude.
Yeah, have you noticed that a lot of this stuff from the 80s about lizard people has been coming out a lot more on the internet? It's like,
Well, you know what's wild about that?
I was just like, these are like old conspiracy theories coming back into the internet. I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
That was cultural motherfucking appropriation.
Right.
That was Native Americans. If you trace it right back, Native Americans were talking about shape-shifting lizard people
Right.
from their folklore.
Right.
And white people, yet again.
Yeah, like Iktomi was a spider, but he was a shapeshifter. Yep. You know?
It's tricksters. We don't have tricksters anymore. So
Yeah.
they
Loki.
went and they took this, whether it was the skinwalkers or any of that shit, and they took it because, again, like Jung said, they got no symbols. Really,
Right.
it's this vacuum. It's like a black hole, sucks everything in to
Right.
try to fulfill them.
Exactly. Even
And
Jack
we got
Kirby had like the scrolls that were shapeshifters, right? That comes from that same mythology.
1960s, but you go back further, it was Native Americans who had
Oh,
that
yeah, of
for
course.
centuries.
As we as I wouldn't say evolve because we're not really evolving, but as we get older in time, we reuse these symbols in our popular culture, as you know,
Yeah.
and also our popular conspiracy theory.
Well, I mean, if
You know,
if you're in a culture where you're around, say, chameleons,
Mhm.
and you're seeing these things on these trees,
Right,
and they change their color,
right.
it's not too far of a stretch to say,
People
well,
that do.
what if there are people like that?
Yeah, well, they are, but it's more of a metaphor. People changing their
Yeah.
personalities or changing their faces, meaning changing their point of views, like backstabbers or like politicians, lawyers, sometimes doctors,
Well,
mechanics.
when you're dealing with lawyers and politicians, you're dealing with people, lawyers in particular, are people that have to try to argue from all sorts of different points of views.
Right.
That's what they're trained to do. So
Right.
if you're a defense attorney, you have to learn how to defend from that. But in order to win, you're going to have to think how the prosecuting attorney is going to think, right?
Right. Exactly.
So you're trained that way. Politicians are similar in that sense. Well, what's my opponent going to argue with me on?
Right.
And once you have people who are essentially trained to be duplicitous, then there you go. Voila. You have this. And of course, yeah, I agree with it being metaphorical.
Oh yeah.
Sadly, there are people who actually try to find the videos of people
Shape-shifting. Well, it's funny. I've seen all of these shape-shifting videos, and what it really is Adobe Premiere.
Yeah.
Or like what is it? After Effects.
Yeah. Or just
Even the angel videos. Oh, there's an angel. Look, he's landing. It's all Adobe After Effects.
But here's something I would say. People who think, well, if there's a conspiracy, how can they hide it? The components of the conspiracy don't need to know that they're part of a conspiracy.
Right. That's true.
I think this is the big mistake that everyone sits down and, okay, we're going to plan this and this, that, the other. You're told to go deliver something. You don't know you're part of it.
Right.
So if you're caught, you're like, I don't freaking know.
Right.
And then you cause confusion. So say, for example, with the Epstein files, we got all these files, and many of us don't go to actually check if those are real files. We just, everyone, I mean, it's easy to fall for this. Photographs.
There's a website called Crazed AI on Facebook. Very funny, very popular. But now, since the Epstein files broke, there's a bunch of these idiots making fake file numbers and fake Epstein photos of Clinton and Trump and Russia and Bill Gates. And I had to tell them, I was like, hey guys, all kidding aside, you're spreading misinformation.
Yeah.
I said, and then the guy who posted it was arguing with me. And I was just like, well, you're part of the problem, It's like,
yeah.
I was like, what's so funny about raping and kidnapping children like a child sex ring? What's so I don't understand the humor behind that,
There's no humor in that.
But there are a bunch of sex crazed people anyway, because when they first started the website, they were doing all these like sexy Greta Thunbergs. And I was just like, what the fuck's wrong with these people? Like, it's like, and then that died down, and then they started doing something else. But it's just like, who's
My question
posting?
is, what's up with dude? I mean, to each their own. But what's up with dudes liking women that look like little girls?
Right, exactly.
Like even Hollywood.
Hmm.
Like if you look at the body type that we before our generation, but say like Marilyn Monroe, Sophia Loren,
Hmm.
they all look woman, like a
Yeah,
woman,
women. Yeah, women.
like women, like
Yeah.
adult grown up women.
Yeah,
And then you get into the 70s, you start getting a little bit back to like, this weird sort of like the kind
with that little like Nazi haircut. The girls with the double braid, looking like Swiss Miss or Wendy's.
yeah, and then you get into the 80s, they start to look like women a little bit more again,
Right.
and then we just fall off a cliff.
Yeah, get the shaved vagina going back to childhood and all that stuff, and then that becomes popular in pornography.
Yeah, and then the
Oh,
shape
right.
becomes small,
Yeah,
like
petite.
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And like in Hollywood used to be like you said, like in the 80s. I remember all the women were like big breasted, very mature, very voluptuous. Now everyone's like skinny, ambidextrous. Not ambidextrous. Sorry, they can use both hands.
Yeah,
What's the word I'm looking for? Androgynous, right?
androgynous. Yeah, yeah.
Right. It
I
goes
mean,
back to
to each their
androgynous.
own, but
Girls, they look boyish. Not quite female, not quite male.
yeah.
Fashion is changing in that direction too. So
And the 80s was very androgynous, mind you.
it was. You had
Very androgynous.
David Bowie. You had fucking Annie
Prince,
Lennox. Prince.
Jackson.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But it was done within a certain class. It wasn't the mainstream. Now it feels like it's the mainstream where you have like little kids doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
that's the difference. It was like on a different layer of class. Like
yeah.
you might have a fan dressed up as Boy George. Like when I was a kid, we had some kids dressing up as Boy George. You know, but that was because that was popular. That was pop culture. But now it's mainstream. Like I have students that are transgender. I have students that are, you know, um, you know,
And here's
out,
the wild thing.
you know.
Epstein funded all.
Yeah, he funded all that stuff.
He
Yeah.
funded the whole transgender push.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is he, this is, I know it sounds crazy. There's a lot of the people out there, oh, woke, because that, I guess woke meant to them being anti-transgender.
Yeah, yeah.
Nothing wrong with your transgender.
No, no.
Uh,
people, right? When
but at
people,
the same time, he funded the 4chan.
yeah, he funded 4chan. Yeah. Now a lot of
So you
people
had
are
the
saying
two.
he's Q from QAnon. So he was actually spreading the misinformation intentionally.
And that's how you cover a conspiracy theory, with
Mm-hmm,
misinformation.
mm-hmm.
If you can flood and they did this in the UFO community, if you can flood stuff with fake stories,
Yeah.
you can then throw everybody
Right.
off of the trail.
Right.
And I think that's what people that don't understand, that think conspiracy theories are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's the plan. The people sat down, they put together the plan. But from what we see with the Epstein files, these people ride chaos.
Right. Right. And it also shows that how it's part of the whole blackmail market. So he's putting stuff that's real that they're doing, the elites, and mixing it up with lizard
Fake.
people bullshit.
Yep. 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 I
And
mean,
then you just have these people going off, thus Crazy Town, then Crazy Town, alt-right got merged with QAnon, right?
yeah.
Just remember the Tea Party was the Tea Party. I mean, they were kind of like sane compared to the QAnon, And now that you have these Epstein files being released, you're just like, oh, but now we have it at the White House. I mean, as the Epstein files are being released, you have Donald Trump saying, hey, we're going to release all these files on aliens. So now it's like you could see that Donald Trump is part of that.
And then he was told to back off,
Right.
because
So
some
it's like,
people said it's demonic.
right. Yeah. They're saying
Now,
demons and, yeah.
considering we're dealing with people who think
Right. Again, going back to
who think
mythology. You know,
You think that the internet can get clogged with stuff like
right,
pipes.
right.
We're not we're The sad part is we're modern, but we're still very primitive.
We're very primitive.
And a
Yeah.
lot of the shit that
We're
they
still
say
in
about African culture or
hmm
indigenous culture,
hmm
in many ways, they're even more primitive than the cultures that they slam
Right.
because for them, the other peoples, it's a tradition, it's a way of life, it's all the time. For them, it's just for the others who are slamming the other two,
hmm
it's a costume.
Yeah.
Aleister Crowley wore a costume.
hmm
He didn't come from a tradition. He made up his own shit.
Yep. Yep.
And and that's why I think is so demented.
Yeah. Anton LaVey as well with that whole 80s. He totally encompassed the 80s with that. And then in the 90s, he wasn't as big, but you had the guy who was the founder of the Raelites who believed that Jesus Christ was an alien. Do you remember that? That went on for
Oh yeah, there's a whole documentary on that French dude that
yeah.
started that crap.
Then you had the
And
Nikes, with the fucking the comet, like the fucking
yeah, and there's a bunch of people that died or some shit.
yeah, they fucking
Yeah.
committed suicide. Then you had Jim Jones, which was tied up with the CIA and all this other
MK
shit.
Ultra.
MK Ultra.
Hmm.
I mean, we
Yeah.
should do an episode on that.
Yeah, we should. Actually, there's another operation that came out, Operation Artichoke, where they were trying to
Artichoke.
create people who some new papers came out on that or
Right.
maybe it's just old stuff that the mainstream media just went, "Whoa,
Right. This
this
is
is
like
new."
again, this is like stuff pre-internet that's coming out again. Like I remember working in the prison and this guy who was an educator, old educator, he said his father was a doctor and he talked about AIDS being around in 1975. His father, and that was a conspiracy then, but that actually ended up being true. you know,
Well,
so
well, it's interesting that you say that
you know,
because I remember I read this great book called Medical Apartheid.
hmm
Not the easiest book to read,
hmm
but in it, like she talks about medical experimentation on the Black American community going from the time literally that
the
our
Tuskegee
ancestors put on
experiments.
boats all the way to present time.
hmm
Present time in that book, it ended in the 1980s in
hmm
Africa, where the South Africans were trying to, the white South Africans, the Afrikaners,
hmm
were trying to create a bomb
hmm
or a bioweapon that would kill only black people
hmm
and not white people. Of course, they found out our DNA is not really that different, so it would kill them too.
Right, which you see with COVID-19.
All this bio stuff.
A lot of people are like, I don't know if you remember the James Bond movie that came out last. Watch it again. They heavily edited it. They changed the story because of the COVID pandemic. But essentially, there's a scene that wasn't cut that they talk about that they mentioned that some corporation created a website to collect people's DNA to find their ancestry, like 23andMe, and they use that to create a bomb. That's what they're basically James Bond is
So I guess
about.
they got that. They got inspired by those South
I got
African.
inspired by those stories of a viral bomb that will kill you off based on your DNA race.
Can't do that because at the
right,
DNA level,
right,
biologically, race
right.
doesn't
Right,
exist.
because like you said,
Yeah.
we're very similar. And then the same thing is like with Utopia, the same thing about euthanizing the entire world population. I don't know if you ever saw
Eugenics.
BBC channel show. They had an American version which sucked with John Cusack, but the BBC one starts off in a comic book store. There's a
Hmm.
comic book writer artist that's posting that's basically published an underground book, and these government people at the top want to destroy every copy and kill anyone that's read it. So it's like, what the fuck?
It's interesting. I mean, it's good. It's fun fiction.
Yeah, it's fun fiction.
Interesting.
But all these things come from where? It's like, it's like
Well, I think it's sort of like a loop.
yeah, it's a loop. Yeah.
So someone comes up with an idea.
Like you said, eugenics, right?
Some rich kid reads it
Right.
and goes, "Holy shit! Maybe I can be Ozymandias from freaking like,
Right.
Watchmen."
Right.
Meanwhile, really, what Alan Moore is criticizing rich people for being fucking idiots and
Yeah.
crazy. And by the
Yeah.
way, I don't know if you know this, but the SAT scores came out
Right.
from the Rothschilds. they were like way below average. So
Mm.
everyone was like, "We're being run by idiots." Yes, you
Oh,
are.
yes, we are.
Yeah. Not the SATs really tells
You
you
don't
how,
have to be brilliant when you're born rich, right? When you're born in the genetic lottery of wealth.
no, you don't have to be. And that's the thing. We've been fed the idea that if you're born rich, you're better than everyone else,
Right.
or there's something special and more virtuous.
Here's a
Uh,
conspiracy that was started in Rikers Island that I was actually a part of back in the 2000s. And I didn't know it was a conspiracy until I went back and visited the island, and then the workers were talking about it. And I was like, that was me. That's 20 years later, right? It's like
what you do now, man?
a I was approached by some corrections officers in another building. I worked in the building called GMDC, and
Hmm.
actually I worked in multiple buildings, but one building I didn't work in was what was it? Was it Rosie's? I forget. It was across from GMDC, right? So these officers came across the lawn, and you're not supposed to walk on the field, so that was weird in itself. Like you're supposed to drive from building to building. You're not allowed to walk from building to building. You either take a bus or a car. You can't. You're not allowed to walk on Rikers Island. Um, so that was weird. But these guys basically approached me, asked me to come with them to their building, and we walked across the lawn, which was very strange. So my alert was up already, and it's because I worked in multiple buildings. I knew that you're not supposed to do that. Most people that weren't aware of that worked only in one building, but I worked at OBCC, which was like uh, um, the 21 to life detention, like
Hmm.
isolation. I worked with kids and teaching over the phone with people that couldn't be in general pop. And I worked in GRVC, which was another building which had I would say 18 to 21 and older people
Hmm.
that were going to go probably do like life sentences, right?
Wow.
So I thought it was weird that the guy had me walk across the lawn to this other building. So I was already alert. But they take me to the lobby of this building. I think it was Rosie's. I'm not sure. I don't remember now. But um, it was interesting because he shows me this beautiful drawing in pencil. And he says, "Do you know who did that?" And I was like, "No." And he said, "Look at the bottom." And on the bottom, there was like a burnt edge. It was like and smoky on it, right? And it was like glued, matted onto this ugly wooden frame, right? It's like old frame. It looked like
Hmm.
from the 70s. And it said Salvador Dali. And I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking cool. And he says, yeah. He says, did you know that Salvador Dali worked in Rikers Island in 1968? And he taught the inmates art. He ran an art program here. And I was like, I had no fucking idea. That's pretty cool. Because I was like, I'm running an art program. And I was actually the first one to have an art program in many decades. So I was like, I don't know how many art teachers came before me. They never specified. But apparently it was a long time. And Dali did it in 68.
Interesting.
Let's go.
Interesting.
There's the Dali. There might be a few people in between. And then there's me, you
Hmm.
know? I thought it was kind of weird. But then what was weird about it, and this is where the conspiracy comes in, is like they were like, "Do you think you can draw that or recreate that?" Now this thing is like 3 feet by 12 feet tall, right? It's like
Hmm.
like either 8 or 12. It was fucking massive. And I just was being cocky. I told the guy I could draw anything. And then he asked me, "How much do you think this is worth?" And I was like, I don't know. It's burnt, it's damaged, but it's Dali. Dali was known for his reproductions. This is an actual original. I've never seen this image reproduced before. I said easily the low end would be 100,000, but it all depends on values based on the buyer, right? What's worth to them.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Right.
So then he started asking me, can you redraw it? I said, yeah. And then he says, do you think you could recreate a frame like that? And I was like, well, that thing's glue mounted. And then when he asked me about the frame, it hit me. I was like, no, I'm actually really busy. I can't do this. I don't have time. I got a big schedule, blah, blah, blah.
They
I,
wanted to steal it.
Yeah, I was like, I
They
was
know how
like,
to
that
conceal that
frame is
shit.
old. You could tell that it's like, I think it was like glued on there or something. Like you used to have the spray glues that stick it on there.
Yep. Those
And I
still
was like,
exist.
no. So I just declined, right? And I got like my fucking like 6 cents popped up, like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, I gotta go back to work, man. My lunch break's over. I gotta teach a class. Do you know 6 months after I left, that was in 2000 or 2001, I forget. But because I was working from 2000 to 2002. So probably it was 2001. And then like you heard nothing. And then 6 months after I left in 2002, I left in September 2002. For That's a whole nother story. Another interesting story about how I left Rikers. But 6 months after I left, it was in the fucking Daily News about an art heist that took place on Rikers Island, and these fucking morons got caught. There was like 4 corrections officers. They found someone to draw it who was an officer. It was an officer who was an artist, redrew it. The thing that I mentioned was the frame. That was like, the frame was like specifically unique. And it was mounted onto this like, board, like what was that type of board that we used to oil paint on that was like pressed wood or something? What do they call that? And it's very smooth on one side and rough on the other.
I
So it was
forget, but I know the one you're talking about.
right. And then so it looked like it was mounted to that. So there's no way that shit's coming off. So it's like, so apparently they got some idiot to fucking frame and replicate this thing. They replaced it. Now it's right in the front, right? Everyone sees it walking in and walking out. And of course, one of the heads of the fucking prison noticed that the frame was not exactly the same. It was different because you couldn't get that frame. It looked like a custom made frame. You can't buy that.
Yeah.
You would have to go to
1968.
some dude with some retro. You would have to go to some like old Jewish framing place or something in New York City that specified in that type of wood and that type of style.
Then it has to be aged.
It has to be aged, or it has it back. Maybe has some leftover in a storage.
1968.
Right? Yeah. Good luck.
Good luck.
So they got busted because of exactly what I told them, the frame, right? So, a bunch of years go by later, and I get invited to talk about Trump world with my buddy Julian Village at the prison. So I went back to Rikers, and I went back to that building, and there's these young girls that were working at the building, and they were like, "Oh, you're an artist." Do you know that they started talking this story like back in like 2000, whatever? They're like, because I told them I used to work at Rikers from that time period, and they're like, "Oh, did you ever hear the story about the cops that stole the artwork?" And blah blah blah. I just started laughing. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was like, "I was there."
They approached me.
They approached me
first.
Wow. So they were like blown away, like, "What the fuck?" So so now I'm part of Rikers Island fucking
Legend.
You're
part of the lore.
Conspiracy of stealing a Salvador Dali.
No, you gotta be, and plus, if the warden or the supervisor or whoever it was might not have been an artist but an art connoisseur,
right?
You have to be fucking incredible to pull off a forgery.
Right, exactly.
You have to, because you're literally, everybody's line is very different from everyone else's line.
Absolutely.
You can get it pretty close.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of effort.
But how to replicate the mindset of what your mind is going through when you're creating that? Where does the mind of Dali when he was actually in that space in his mental head creating that piece? That's impossible. And
his pencil strokes.
Right. And
your arm moves a certain way. There's a rhythm to it.
Absolutely. You're not going to, no matter how good your forgery is, you're not going to have that emotional expression in there. And
unless you somehow photocopied that bastard.
Right. Yeah. Somehow
or printed it on
like a
paper.
scan or something, like a 3D scan or
Yeah, like a
something.
3D scan or something where you're like, is that like a print?
Right, yes.
Because the rumor is
That would
like
have been
where
smarter to do a glycine print.
instead of getting an artist to go out and do that, yeah, that probably
Yeah.
would have been smarter.
Yeah. If you got a
Um,
glycine print in there and then you were able to, yeah, but
I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy.
that's crazy, right?
Uh, that's pretty nutty. New York City is like its own sort of universe. That's all I could say.
It is.
It's its own universe. Do you remember the guy that had the tiger in his apartment
Oh yeah, there's been a few of those. There was another guy that had one last year.
last year?
There's another
I remember the guy from like early
many years
2000s.
ago in the projects, right?
Yeah, and he had an alligator too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He only got caught because the idiot got bitten or slashed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got bitten by the yeah.
So he goes to the emergency room,
Right.
and the doctor's looking. He's like, "What happened to you? I got bitten by my dog."
Right.
Doctor's looking at that.
It's like, no,
That's no dog.
it's a fucking tiger.
It's
Yeah.
just the video
You're the
of
Tiger King in the Bronx, right? It's like, or is it
yeah,
Brooklyn?
and just the video of the tiger trying to swap at the cop
Yeah,
who's
yeah, yeah.
jumping down out the window. Yeah, yeah. New York is its own fucking universe, man.
I mean, I know people that have squirrels living in their home as pets. I've seen videos of people who have raccoons as pets.
The
Like,
little
what the
hand,
fuck are you thinking? I have raccoons outside my house. I would never let them in my house. They're fucking,
the little hands.
they're the little hands. Those
They're
guys,
like little people.
they're little people. Those are motherfuckers.
They're nature's motherfuckers.
When I first moved here, they try to jump me for my fucking barbecue, dude. My first year living upstairs. Like they literally came up the stairs. They didn't give a fuck that there was a crowd of people there. They were like, "Give us the food," and I just started throwing chicken bones at them. And then they thank God they went for it. But then they started going into my garbage every day, looking for the fucking every day they wanted.
Apparently, they don't like static on the radio.
Oh, really?
It drives
Interesting.
them crazy.
Oh, I should try that.
So, because I remember years ago, because in Toronto they still get like raccoons, and there's once I remember seeing them, like a lot of them. I was coming home from work, and I lived in a residential area. If you go to Toronto, outside of downtown, it's mostly residential,
Yeah,
like houses, not even apartments or brownstones.
yeah, just also, yeah.
And they were just going over, like they were just all over the street, fucking taking everybody's garbage out and everything else.
Yeah, it's like a gang.
So I did a little search, and someone said if you ever get a raccoon in your basement,
Mhm.
get a radio, turn it to static, and close the door. And
Mm.
supposedly it drives them crazy and they have to leave.
No,
So they
I
got
just
their
I
kryptonite.
just used a BB gun. Because you know what they did. I had a external garage. They ripped the fuck out of that thing. Like they literally ripped the roof off and they moved in. We had like a entire family, like 6 or 7 raccoons living in there for years. And they shat all over the place, destroyed my artwork. That was like my art storage where all my paintings were. They shat on the paintings. They ate the dolls. I had like Barbie dolls attached to canvases. They ate the fucking dolls. They took all my childhood toys and they were sleeping with them. Like I caught them with my fucking stuffed animals, my childhood stuffed animals, like my Yogi Bear and all these
They're
other.
like, well, you're not fucking using it. I am.
Right. They literally went through my shit and they were like occupying, like it became a house to them and we left them there for
Damn.
years. I finally had to tear it down because a tree fell on it and destroyed the roof. They were homeless.
Wow.
But I mean, yeah. And then when that was destroyed, they went and they broke into a little shed. They ripped a hole in that. Then when I just got the roof done on this house, I caught the little motherfucker literally tearing.
They got it out for you, man.
Yeah. He was like fucking tearing the goddamn roof. And I fucking started throwing these like cinder blocks and stones at him, these big rocks. I was like hurling these heavy ass rocks at him. I was like, get down. And I fucking went, got the BB guns, started shooting at him. And he never came back after that. But I got a tear on the side of my house. It was a brand new roofing job that he ripped up.
That's crazy. Yeah. I have to say that in Europe, this is the things you'll if you pay attention, you'll notice there aren't any raccoons
Hmm.
because they don't exist here.
Probably ate them. Ate them. I guess
No,
in
it's North
America, they were basically the reason why you have raccoons protected because in early America, they
the raccoon hats.
they're the raccoon hats, but the white people were eating them too. They were eating them because they couldn't afford beef. So that was like wild game. They were making jerky out of them, and the Europeans almost ate them out of extinction.
I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, but it's a uniquely North American animal.
Yeah.
Squirrels, you can find some squirrels here, but it's not the same.
Right. They're different.
No porcupines.
Really? Wow.
No skunks. Skunks don't exist here.
Thank God. There's so many of them here. God, they're disgusting.
Um,
After they're dead, they still smell.
oh, those bastards, man. But you know what? The cool thing about a skunk, though, it leaves you alone. You leave it alone.
Right.
Cool.
Right in this room, I have these bay windows, and it sleeps under it. I can tell when it's there in the spring. You could smell
That
it. Like
smell.
I'm like, what? Like it's like coming through the floor. I have to go down there and spray this fox piss thing that you could buy, a coyote piss or whatever it is in a bottle, and then you spray it to keep them away. But and they were sleep on the back door. Sometimes they sleep on the front door. Like a few times I was leaving for work and I fucking batted it, and then he sprayed, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Don't mess with them.
They're like house cats, They're like they're calm animals, but like you said, they're chill. But it's like, don't sleep on my fucking door. it's like
what you got to do is you got to get the skunk. You got to get the raccoons to fuck with the skunk.
Right. Pepe Le Pew, right? My darling.
Be like, and then the raccoons will be like, I'm not going over there again. There's a skunk.
Right. Talk about skunks in France. Are they fond of Pepe Le Pew or not really?
Oh, what's hilarious here? Right? So Pepe Le Pew in the United States is French.
Right.
In France, he's Italian.
Oh, is that really? They made him an immigrant. He's an Italian immigrant.
He's an Italian. Yeah, he's Italian. So it's kind of funny how that stereotype of being sort of like the sex pest.
Right.
Gets moved over,
Maybe in Latin America, he's Hispanic or something, right?
Probably make him Spanish from Spain.
Right. I mean, you think about it, kids are watching these cartoons in different languages, so they're going to refer it to somebody, that they know,
It's wild. It's wild how everyone has a different, it gets translated differently.
Right, exactly.
For different places. It's wild. When I was here, I was like, really? Pepe Le Pew's Italian in France? Like, yeah. They're like, don't you know that's us poking fun at you for being French?
Right, exactly.
They're like, what? Apparently Donald Duck, I heard some French people say this, but apparently Donald Duck was supposed to be a stereotype on French people.
Really? Donald Duck?
Yeah. Because he talks like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be a stereotype.
Oh, man.
Supposedly. I don't know if that's something French people made up because they're upset about it. I don't know.
Right.
Everybody's got their own little theories.
Right.
But yeah. Fucking raccoons. Porcupines will fuck you up too.
We got a comment from Violet and Benny. Violet is a really cool chick.
Okay.
I shouldn't call her a chick, but
no, that's.
But she's from that generation where girls are called chicks. So
it's funny because my better half and my co-writer Susie will say that in front of our daughter.
Right.
And my daughter's turning 16 this year, and she's like, "Mom, don't call her a chick." But it's just the generational thing, right?
It's generation.
It's kind of interesting how that gets messed up. Okay, well, what's her comment?
Right. But she says, I'm not hanging for the live stream, but I agree with a lot of your thoughts on this. That's what she said.
On the raccoons or the crazy
I don't know.
rich people?
Yeah, I'm wondering now. Like, when was it? When was
okay.
that? 35 minutes ago. So not on the raccoons.
Oh, okay. The crazy rich people. Yeah, they're
Maybe
crazy.
crazy rich people.
I think it comes to a point that if you've made so much money,
Yeah.
it's not a matter of you have too much money. It's like you become disassociated from everybody else.
Right, right,
You're
right.
so isolated from everyone else. I don't know if you've ever have ever experienced this. And this used to happen to me when I lived in New York more. It's before my kids came along. I'd spend a day or 2 days where I'm just working on my own. My wife she used to work in finance, so she used to go into Manhattan. And you don't talk to a soul.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you might be listening to music and stuff. And then you're like, oh, I got to step out and get something.
Right.
And all of a sudden the world feels really weird because you've been isolated for like 4 or 5 hours
Right.
and you're looking around like, who is this? Who are you? And then you think if you have enough money that you don't have to see anybody other than people bringing you shit,
Mm-hmm.
you'll end up with like tissue boxes for shoes. You'll go crazy. I don't think it's healthy for them. I don't think it's healthy for us. I
Right.
think they have to have enough to where you can be comfy, but you still have to hang out with the rest of us. And don't worry, we won't bite, but
Right. Right.
it's for their own sanity. It's for their own well-being,
Right.
you
Right.
know, because it's like solitary confinement, right?
Absolutely.
And you start thinking all these crazy things, like, what if I kill this person? Will I steal their powers and become them? Whacked out shit like that.
Well, you have like people that do that. Like I knew growing up people that I considered friends at the time, and when you're young, you just like, hey, he's cool, whatever. But they literally try to slowly take over your life, like literally, like not just emulate you out of admiration, but literally
Control you.
not just control you, but become you. Like
Lizard people.
I don't like to talk about personal stuff that much, but I grew up with this dude that for years, and it was interesting because everyone like emulated him, and he had his own gravitational pull of people. But there was
Mhm.
a point where he just started to mimic everything that I was doing in my life.
I'm
And
picturing him showing up with a haircut like you. And you're like,
right, and then even got to the point where he actually like was sleeping around with one of my girlfriends that we had broken up with. Like he literally was like following behind my footsteps. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Of course, then I had to, it's just, but yeah, it was weird. Like literally trying to occupy your space and become you. And those are the shapeshifters.
I said lizard people. What you were saying, lizard people.
It is fucking weird, weird.
Yeah. I,
Like I
I
don't.
really do think mental health and mental health
Mhm,
people who give, help people with mental health
mhm.
is highly, highly undervalued.
Right, right.
I think we do need more
I
of
definitely,
that.
definitely. And then you said New York City, right? So like New York City, there is a lot of weird people. I even one of my first comic books that I was putting out. When I was a college student working on World Without Superheroes, my letterer, I had this guy that was a letterer, and he also like became very possessive, obsessive, not copying my lifestyle or anything like that other dude from high school, but it was like, but like, I started talk. We didn't talk for like 25 years, and then I worked on a fanzine called the Roadkill Review back in the 90s before I even got into comics, and
Mhm.
basically he was out of a job when Illustrator came into play because I started lettering on Illustrator, and I
Mhm.
told him I could teach you how to use this program.
It's very easy.
It's very easy. So, but he wasn't interested in doing that. So then we parted ways, whatever. But then we had a
He's one of those traditionalists.
yeah, yeah, and he wasn't really good. He was kind of
Passable.
passable, right? Um, So he was at the beginning of his career, but then he didn't continue it either. So, but he became like my stalker like a few years ago. After that reunion in 2022, the guy started sending me mail. And at first I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's a letter. Then he started sending me like chopped up newspapers with things written on it. Like that
It's
went
like,
on.
dude, now you got to stop.
Yeah, I said, dude, you guys, that was going on for fucking 3 years. You know, it's like, and finally, I think it was the beginning of 2025 or something. I was like, I had to block the guy's number. He wasn't really on social media or anything, but it was like a very Norman Bates situation between him and the mother. You know, like when
Oh,
we went back to visit him, 2022, I think it was the winter of 2022. I knew something was weird because the guy had aluminum foil covering all his windows. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
come on, Ray. He knew something we don't know.
I mean, but he wasn't like a hoarder or anything like that. Like something, it was like immaculately clean to the point where it looked like nobody lived there. Like, you know, it was like military style. He's not a military person, but he had this military regimented cleaning. And then the second time I visited him before the mail started, he gave me some water and I literally choked on it. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And he put he was drinking it himself, but he put peroxide in the fucking water. That he had a glass of water and he had it, and then iodine. He was drinking iodine. Like, what the fuck? So I was like, that's it, it's over. And then the mail started after that, and I was like, what the
Wow.
fuck? Like, you know.
Well, then you get other characters. The mutual
Yeah.
friend of ours who passed away a few years ago, Melvin Yaglian.
Oh yeah, he was another.
Were you there at the apartment?
I've been to his apartment several times. Yeah.
Did you come with me?
No, I always
Okay,
visit.
so it must have been me, Noah, and somebody else.
All right.
And he was telling us one of his story, like his comic stories.
Right.
It got a little frightening
Yeah, he was a weirdo.
because he was very intense and he was getting really into it.
Yeah. He's very animated.
Very animated, but he got like when he was showing the fight scenes and everything, he was getting really into it. And I was
Right.
I was looking at the door.
Right.
And I was like,
Oh.
this guy gets any funny ideas.
Yeah. No, he was a little dude. You could handle yourself. I always wore a
Oh, I could have, but he was just getting a little too
little crazy. I knew that he was nuts because when he said that the United States,
you just said right it.
he said the United States civilized the Philippines and that he's glad to be an American. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I said, you ever seen the photos of Theodore Roosevelt standing on a hill of skulls? And it was 100,000 heads or some shit like that of the Philippines. I was like, what are you talking about? That was a massacre. That was like an injustice to your people. He's like,
million people.
Yeah, he was just like, oh, there were savages, and it's like I was like, no, I said, dude, that's fucked up. I was like, no, how can you say that about how can you say that? I was like, but that's like a colonial brainwashing. We have a lot of colonial people don't even realize that they're colonially brainwashed from decades before, but it kind of just still seeps in into, or it's like an underlying thing in this country, and yeah, I was like, fuck you, dude, that's not cool. I mean, then he said other weird stuff. There's another Melvin thing. Yeah, I'm a magnet for this shit, but it's New York, right? It's like,
oh, Melvin, man, he was a character, but then he was very sweet in other ways.
He was. I mean, hey, I'm one of the heads of Playboy. He took me to a Playboy party. That was pretty cool.
I remember when I chose for my comic Superhero Inc.
Mm-hmm.
And I had posted it. And he never liked my stuff all that much, actually, at all. Yeah. But he just sends me a polite IM and he says, you might not want to do that. You have to talk to Ray because he's going through this whole thing with Superhero and Marvel owns it, DC. And that's how we really start to get talking.
Right.
So on the other hand,
that's our kinship there is lawsuits.
Lawsuits. But I have to thank him for that.
Right.
So he was concerned, but he just Yeah, like what you said, it's that colonial thing. And it's funny because for myself, I have one set of ancestors who were mistreated, and I
Mhm.
have another set of ancestors who did the mistreating.
Right.
I have, I know a lot of people would think, well, you're going to go with the people who did the mistreating because they're the wit. No, no,
No.
no, you don't. It was wrong.
Right.
It's just flat out fucking wrong. We shouldn't be doing that shit,
Right.
you know? So, and then hearing someone like Melvin, because before it was the United States,
Mhm.
it was Spain who had the Philippines,
Right.
and they did a lot of horrible shit there.
Right.
So, it breaks my heart when I hear people, whether they be Latino, Filipino, anywhere, go along with the colonial narrative.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you have to hate the people. I mean, it's natural if you did because you found out.
Right.
That goes without saying. But on the other hand, you don't have to accept the other person, the other culture's
Right. Right.
fucking mind job.
Right. Right.
Yeah, that's sad. I didn't know he said that. That's really sad.
Yeah, yeah, it was sad. And then there was, remember, he used to have really nice long hair.
Oh yeah, he'd walk around like,
And then one of the last times that I saw him, he came to the MochaCon, and I think this is in 2012 or something. He shaved his hair off. He was completely bald, like a Lex
oh,
Luthor.
I remember that because I think I went to that last one before I left.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah, I
had,
think I was there at that one. Yeah.
and he was like wearing like a brown jacket or and then a leather on top. Like it was like it was like kind of winterish, right? But not super cold. But he came up to me, and that's when I was promoting the lawsuit thing. Like it's like buy the book that Marvel and DC don't want you to read.
Right, right, right.
And he's like looking at this book. He's like, this book's a piece of shit, and you're a piece of shit, and blah blah blah. And I was
I
just like,
remember that.
he's
Yeah, and
flipping
you came over to my table and we were talking about like you were
out.
saying like, what the heck's up with him?
He started flipping out, and I just looked at him. I just started laughing. And I was like, Melvin, are you hungry? He says he just snaps out of this, and I was like, let's go eat something. He's like, okay. But he literally was like barraging me with insults, like, "Oh, you're fucking this, and you're this, and you're that, and you're that." And I was like, "This guy is like mentally off." And then he was talking
Yeah.
about some order or something like that. We went to Curry in a Hurry that used to be in the 20s. But then he was talking about some kind of organization cult, basically a cult that he joined. That's why he shaved his head. I think it was called like Order of the Phoenix or some fucking weird thing or like something with the word Phoenix in it. And I was like, he showed me something, and I was like, what was it? A fucking
Oh, that's right.
card or some shit from this organization.
I remember I had to actually, I think I let him go as a friend on Facebook because
Yeah,
he's getting really wacky with his
wacky. He was getting
loved Ronald Reagan, would put all this crazy shit, and
He
he's
would be
like,
MAGA if he was alive. He would be QAnon if he was alive.
he'd be in a nice detention center if he'd be alive. Let's face it,
you know.
you know.
And it's a shame because he was such a great artist, man.
He was a wonderful art. He worked for Neil Adams,
Yeah, he worked for Neil Adams,
and he
yes.
was always very grateful to Neil because Neil had actually given his big break,
Yeah,
and he had one book. He went at one comic that he had through Image.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean New York is
I yeah, keep Blue, keep Blue. He basically became bipolar. Yeah, he was abusing drugs, and that's what happens, and alcohol, and that's what happens. It fucks up your brain. So,
yeah,
which
it
yeah,
certainly does.
another New York story.
Oh man, New York is so full of so many different characters.
Yeah,
The one thing I could say is you can find characters in Paris. I don't
yeah,
live in Paris. I live way outside of Paris. But it's not the same.
it's not.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
In New York, it's its own thing. Each city has, like I told you the last time when I
yeah,
was talking with when you had David on. Each city has its own spirit,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
its own vibe, its own spirit, and
Yeah,
Barcelona is very different from Madrid. Madrid's very different from every city has its own thing. That's what makes it fun. See
yeah.
different cities.
One of the last things that the last show I did with Melvin, I think it was 2000. I think it was 2008 Comic Con, New York Comic Con, or 2000. Maybe it was 2009. And My son was, I remember it was 2000. My son was born. My son was an infant. And my wife came with the stroller. Sunday, we're wrapping up, whatever. And he's looking at this baby. Now, he was in Artist Alley and I was in the small press, but
I think I remember you
I
telling
paid for
me
both
this.
tables. Right?
You remember telling me?
And then my son is looking at him and he's like, "Your baby is evil." Or something like
Yeah, I remember you telling me this.
he says, "Your son," and it's funny because my son was an infant, but he did. My son gave him a dirty look. It was like, I never saw it like my son's like looking at him like he's an infant. He can't even speak,
It's a
and he's just
baby.
like he's a baby. But the baby, but he senses energy, and he was just like who the fuck are you? Like you're weird. Like he gave him a look, and he's like, "Your baby is evil."
I remember you telling me that.
And I just said, "Melvin, what the fuck are you talking about? He's a fucking baby." He's like, "They're innocent." He's like, "No, there's something dark inside of him." And I was like, "No, that's you, motherfucker."
Was that the same? I wonder, was that the same con? I think I might have attended that one. My son was born the same year, 2008 too, as well, in July. Was that the same one that when we all first showed up, the tables weren't included,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yes.
everybody was like walking around going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Small press tables aren't included. Yeah, they weren't. You had to bring
yeah, so you
the
had to.
small the Artist Alley had these weird 2 foot by 4 foot tables or something weird like that. Very weird.
Yeah, yeah, and then you had to rent them, and then you had to pay an extra fee for them to bring it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
the
was weird.
Jacob Javits Center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scumbags. It's like
Yep.
there's
Yep.
yeah.
Well, we got the comics in today.
Oh yeah.
Comic stories.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We did.
Got comic stories in today.
Let's talk about we're in the second hour, right?
Yeah, second hour.
Rest in peace, Melvin.
Rest in peace, Melvin.
Yeah. I mean, he was funny, but yeah, weird New Yorkers, in the comic book industry.
That's when I hear shit. Like I used to be at a studio in Toronto.
Right.
I used to rent space, and Francis, I can't remember. He's Filipino. Francis Manipul. Anyway, he does Green Lantern and everything else. He's like super popular,
Right.
Filipino Canadian artist, and he had started out there, and just the stuff that guys would do. Oh, yeah, the comic book. Yeah, that's why I'm not surprised at any of this Me Too stuff. Not that I'm saying Francis did. He was just an innocent kid. But all the other guys around, I had one friend who he worked for Marvel doing Conan.
Right.
I don't know if he's still alive or not. He's my age, but you just don't know these days, right? And he used to work for Marvel doing a lot of the covers and stuff. He did one for Conan. He was a painter. He actually studied under Boris Vallejo. Boris is a very famous guy. Like you have Frazetta, then you have Boris. And he was good friends with Dorian Vallejo. And he learned how to paint from him. And he told me once he lost his job at Marvel because they were having a competition for a new costume for Thor. And he says, I did the living shit out of this. Thor, I come in with the painting. And they're like, yeah, that'd be good, but if you changed it. And he said no. And he says he never got a call back since then. And yeah, I mean, just being around that, even in Toronto,
Right.
guys who are in the industry. So yeah, I can say that we're assholes, actually.
Yeah.
We're just assholes. But anyway.
Where you have clearer skies than over here. Did you see the planetary alignment where all the planets lined up?
What, last night?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see shit, man.
Yeah.
And
I was-
I have a dog, so I walk my dog out
Yeah.
at night. And where I live, you can actually see the stars and stuff.
Mhm.
I didn't see any planetary alignment.
I didn't look. I literally went to bed I was so tired. I went to bed like 9 o'clock and then woke up at 1 a.m. and then stayed up till 4. It's like I literally fell asleep watching the news. Like, it was like Iran, this shit. Like
So far
Iran,
away.
ran. We all ran from Iran.
Oh yeah, I stayed up till 5 in the morning, and
Yeah.
woke up this morning because it's like a speed run to collapse. Like we're speed running this bullshit, man.
Really?
It's like
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
Oh my god, dude, it's
Um,
nuts.
we
It
were told that we could not win a war with Iran.
right. So why are we doing it?
I guess because they don't want to admit that they
Can't.
rape kids, eat them, and
It's
kill
just
them and all that shit.
yeah.
But here's the part that kills me. A lot of, and I'm going to pick on liberals now because there's some liberals, maybe it's not you guys
Mhm.
out there, but there's some liberals who think, yeah, we got to take down that oppressive religious regime to bring women's rights.
Right,
And I'm
right,
like, so billionaires can eat and rape their kids and those women? Like, what are we talking about here? Because you're
right,
expecting like the rapists to give them, women's rights? Are you fucking nuts?
right, right, right.
Okay, sure. Sure. It's not like we're not religious extremists either with Project 2025 and all the other fucking bullshit wanting to take away women's rights and everything else too.
Right, and voting rights. A lot of people don't talk about this, but there are a lot of Republicans. Well, first of all, most Republicans that I know that vote Republican, my family, some of my friends, they don't
Mhm.
follow politics. They're not political people.
Okay.
They just vote along party lines, or they change their vote from Democrat to Republican because they believe what they saw on television about the MAGA stuff. But they don't really follow politics or policy. So they don't understand that they're voting for Republicans
Cannibals?
that are well, that yeah. Well, not just that, but that they're literally trying to redistrict. They don't follow redistricting and making it harder for them to vote in the next election or to have any election at all. I mean, Donald Trump had his speech this past week where he kept saying strange things happen in 2028. I might be running a third term. I might be, well, he doesn't even say running. He just kind of says strange things.
He's a very optimistic man,
Like he believes he's going to just be president.
but
You
he's optimistic that he's going to make it to 2028 with that
Right,
health.
right. With
He
that dying
looks like,
body, he's eating McDonald's at his age.
did you see the picture of this guy
Right.
after they were bombing Iran?
Yeah, yeah.
He looked like he
Warmed
sucked
up
up
for
his
shit.
ego through his ass. Like he looked like he was ready to be put in a coffin.
Right.
I gotta send you this picture. It's just like, dude, you'll be lucky if you make it to June
Right.
2028.
Yeah. As soon as I mentioned it, and we lost our viewer.
What's that?
And so we had one viewer watching live,
They ran.
but they ran. I ran, you ran, we all ran from Iran. It's like,
Because I was picking on liberals.
yeah, but the thing is this is that how do you vote? I don't
You
understand.
don't vote the shit out, man.
How do you vote for somebody if you don't know what they stand for? I don't
You ain't voting the
understand that
shit out.
logic.
But they're both in on it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're both in on it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no getting around this. I'm sorry. They're both in on it. They're both cannibals. They like to eat people.
Yeah.
They're gonna eat you. They're gonna
Yeah.
eat your ass.
Well, some people might want that.
Not in the nice way. They're gonna eat your ass in the not so nice way. Because they're fuckers.
Oh,
Here you
yeah.
go. I'm gonna send you the picture. I just sent you the picture at Instagram. And
So I was like on the fence. Like, is this guy dead? Is this guy alive? The Iran said he wasn't dead.
the
He
Ayatollah?
said he was dead. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
I thought the Ayatollah. I thought, yeah, maybe he's alive, but he's fucking 83.
but he gave a speech saying that he was alive, like that he was not dead, that
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
safe. And that was happening simultaneously as America was saying that he's dead. But now you have Iran saying that he's dead. So it's
Well,
like,
what I was gonna say was,
did he say he was alive and then they killed him? It's like,
he's fucking 83 years old.
right. He's no spring chicken.
Yeah, I mean, he already had like a bum shoulder. He's like, I'm a cripple.
Right.
You know, he didn't even change his routine. So it wasn't like they had to really try hard to find him. Like
Right.
he was still doing everything that he normally did. I just think he just wanted to die.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like, I'm 83. I'm the fuck out of here.
they killed his grandchild
Mhm.
and his daughter.
But his son is now the new Ayatollah. And
Yeah.
apparently he's even more anti-American.
Well,
Yeah.
can you blame them?
Dude, I'm minding my own shit business. You come over and pop me in the face. And
It's
I
like, is Crazy Horse anti-American?
well, apparently so.
Yeah, right. I mean, the Native Indians are anti-American, right?
Well,
There's
at
a
the
lot
end
of
of the
anti-Americans because of their fucking hegemony of capturing and taking land and eradicating people's culture, their identity, their fucking way of life. You know,
well, it comes down to, I know a lot of people are not going to want to hear this, but our culture, when we say is a colonizing culture,
yeah.
it means it's an imperialist culture.
Hmm.
And many of us who are secular treat our democratic and freedom values like Christians treat their Christianity, in that we want to evangelize.
Right.
And we don't just want to tell you these are the values. Fuck no. I'm
No.
going to send you some freedom bombs and you're going to be converted, motherfucker,
Yeah, with the sword, right?
with the
It came with the
sword.
Bible and the sword.
But instead of the Bible and the sword,
Mhm.
the
Bible.
new evangelical movement on the supposed left side is democracy. And
Mhm.
at no point you're like saying, well, I don't want to impose myself on you. So I'll just tell you what I think.
Mhm.
Cool. If you like it, you can mimic it. I don't care. But
Right.
no, we have to go over there, bomb their kids,
Mhm.
bomb their people, destroy their shit to
Mhm.
force them into that. And
Right.
you have some Democrats who are clapping like fucking seals with this shit. And it happened with Iraq. It happened with Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to burn a lot of people are going to be mad at me for saying that. It's just that's the Democratic side. The Republican side's the religious side. But either way, we're imperialist fucks.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's the problem.
You have on one side you got the MAGA Christians alt right with a sprinkle of Zionism, and then you have the atheists, religious, some religious, some atheists, and a lot of Zionism in the Democrat side. So it's like,
And what choice do we have?
right, right.
You
It's like,
know,
the
but if,
Nazi or the Zion.
yeah,
The atheist or the Christian. It's like there's extremes. There's extremes. You know,
uh, you remember Christopher Hitchens?
Christopher. What? Sam sounds familiar.
Hitchens, he was a British guy, total atheist,
Right.
whatever,
Right.
and he very much on the left. And then when the Iraq War happened, oh, the war of civilization, we
Right.
have to go over there. Everything was short of saying we got to tame them brown people,
Right.
because really that's what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you something: if we eased back,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people in Iran and a lot of people around the world, our media is so strong and the propaganda is so strong, we didn't really even have to drop a bomb. They wanted to be like us.
Right.
There is no need to impose ourselves. It's like overkill, if that's what you
Yeah.
want to do.
Way overkill.
We have
Way.
we have a type of cultural imperialism as it is, where it's like, no, I'm not going to accept this. You have to do it my way. To the point that you'll get someone like a Melvin telling you, yeah, they have to tame them Filipinos and Filipinos.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck? You know, like, and I don't think you can be anti-fascist without being anti-imperialist.
Right.
You just can't,
Right.
but you'll meet
You
people
can't
who,
be Darth Vader and love the stormtroopers.
yeah, exactly. Like, fuck
I
the
hate the Emperor.
emperor.
I love Anakin, but I
Yeah,
hate Vader.
fuck the
It's the same
emperor. But
guy.
that Darth Vader guy, man, I love him. Yeah,
Right. Right. Right.
can't have that. Can't have that shit. But There are people who are like that.
You know, it's funny when George Lucas did that. I was just like, I don't know. We're going all the way back. That's 26 years ago, right? Or when Anakin became the hero and the stormtroopers became the hero, I was like, what the fuck? Did we just what happened? Like this doesn't make sense.
Well,
It's like
I think the story had really good elements,
right.
but I think when you try to do things, create art by committee,
Mhm.
that's what you get. And a lot of people were
Yeah.
like, well, yes, now that George Lucas is gone, it's going to be better because it's freaking Disney.
Right.
And I'm thinking it's going to be corporate. That's what you're going to get. That's what I expected. That's what I got. That's why I
Right.
didn't get mad.
Right.
You know,
And Jar Jar Binks was like was fucking what was this the fucking like all these like fucking I don't even I'm trying to say it without being offensive, but it's like the step and fetch it type of character, like fucking with the fucking eyes, doing this minstrel routine, you know,
oh, the Jar Jar Binks.
the Jar Jar Binks minstrel
Oh man,
motif mixed with, you know, with Jackie Chan's drunken master motions, but it was very minstrelly, you know, like an alien minstrel. It's like, man, Star Wars is racist, you know. And then that insult to injury, they got a black guy to do it. You know, it's like, what the fuck? It's like, and that guy got a lot of heat. He almost committed suicide for
yeah,
on that role.
yep. And somehow they fucked up so bad. Jar Jar looks good.
Right. Well, it's funny talking about comics again. There's a new Jar Jar Binks comic that just came out, and the guy who played Jar Jar Binks is attached to it. You know, it's
Wow.
like
Wow.
I don't know, man. It's just like you look at Hollywood and look at Lucas, and I mean, he has a great deep respect for cinema and cinema history. But when you start putting minstrel shit in movies and trying to sell it off as a goofy alien to children, I mean, you're just perpetuating the stereotypes, and that's not a good thing.
The thing is that
You know.
it's so part of their thinking.
Mm-hmm.
They can't not think that way.
And he's married to a black woman, which I don't understand. How would she tolerate that?
Dude, Jefferson, you know,
Mhm.
was with a black woman.
That's true.
Dude laid out eugenics for us. I always say if anyone wants to understand the dynamics,
Mhm.
there's a book by Frantz Fanon who it was called Black Skin, White Masks, and he explains because he was a psychologist, black psychologist. Actually, his most popular books, The Wretched of the Earth, but he explains the psychological colonization as to the dynamics of those relationships.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's there, it's present. It's the part is that it's probably so part of our culture that for a lot of people, they're not even aware that they're doing it.
Right.
So, I mean, I look at George and I don't think he's doing it maliciously,
Right. Right.
right? Just like I don't think that Will Eisner did it maliciously. I think that was part of his problem. He didn't understand that it comes across that way.
Well, with Will Eisner, there's some avarice there, but at the same time, he was part of that generation where that was normalized.
Mhm.
George Lucas wasn't. He was not raised in that environment where minstralism was
I don't know, man.
because he's not that old. I mean, come on, he's not
He's in his 70s or 80s.
right. And Eisner, if he was alive, would be in his 80s or 90s.
Yeah,
So
but a lot of the minstralism went right into the 60s and 70s.
yeah, that's true. But I
You
mean,
know,
but then you
it's
had the Black Power movement and the Black cinema that was
that's why you can find pictures of people like the Prime Minister of Canada in blackface.
oh yeah, true.
So it's
It was
it was
there.
accept,
It was there, but yeah.
you know, so it might not be as strong, but it's
I mean, you did have Whoopi
yeah.
Goldberg and Ted Danson in blackface back in.
Oh, you remember that?
Oh yeah,
Shit.
shit. And that was what, the 80s or 90s, late 80s.
And she thought it was hilarious, and I'm like,
Like, yo,
"She's
chicken
an
butt.
idiot.
Yeah.
You want me to do what?"
Right.
Be like, "See ya." Yeah, no, I don't get it.
I mean, you had Sarah Silverman do it in the early 2000s. The game was funny.
Mhm.
But again, you
That's
see, it's from a certain culture that propagates that and profits from that. You know,
now here's the funny part. Um, at the same time, Will denied that Ebony was a stereotype. He was fighting a stereotype against his people with the
right?
protocols of elders of Zion.
Exactly.
So it's like, dude, don't you see that you're being kind of contradictory? Either you go all the way or you don't do it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? But back to Iran.
Right. Yeah. Back to Iran.
Iran.
So we have all these videos. I don't know. Did you want to queue up anything?
Go for it. I just sent you the picture via Instagram.
Right. Oh,
Um,
let's see. My
I
Instagram.
love that picture of Trump, man. He looks like he shit himself 3 times. I'm like, why'd you do that?
Do me a
Like,
favor. Can you send me that Instagram picture too? Because my Instagram is stuck on Zorro.
okay, do you want me? Yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Switch it. Yeah. Every time I hit switch, it doesn't allow me. Yeah, it's a
Technology is going to take over the world, Ray. It's going to
yeah,
take over the world.
and people are forgotten about.
Here you go. There you go.
All right.
I took a shit. Oh shit! What did I just get myself into?
Trump is here. Gary just sent me something too. That's funny. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go to the videotape. Let's see. You sent it to
Zorro.
To Zorro. Okay, good. Let me go.
Zorro.
Okay,
Yeah,
Zorro. Oh, oops. Zorro. Let's go. Messages.
See, my thing is, I'm cool if you're liberal because I come more from that world.
Yeah.
Right? I get it. I feel all your stuff, but we got to go a little further.
Yeah.
We got to go a little further, okay, folks? Got to go a little further.
Yeah, he looks like he's taking a dump on himself. Hold on,
Doesn't he? He looks like he's ready for he looks like he's ready for the coffin, dude. It's like,
remember when Obama was president? He looked so young and handsome and sexy, and then all of a sudden he had all white hair and looked like he aged. And like
he didn't look like this shit though, man.
I mean,
this guy look.
This guy eats McDonald's. It's like it's all about your.
Do you remember the Batman movie when the Joker kills the guy? And he's got this little tiny head. He looks kind of like that, dude.
Who was the name of that actor? Jack Palance, right?
Yeah. Or I like to say he looks like he sucked up his ego through his ass.
Oh my god! And look at how one eye is dipped down lower than the other, when the other one's looking straight ahead, and the other one is like his eyes are disconnected. You see
I've
that?
never seen that much chin on him because usually he's got that thing going on, that turkey.
The turkey thing. He's pushing his neck out. Someone told him to go like this when he photographs to get rid of the double chin.
Oh man.
He's got the 11s on the front instead of the back. It's like, as Mel Brooks would say, you're gonna die when your 11s are popping out.
I fucking love Mel, man. That guy. I think he writes reality. I think everything's so absurd that I think he's the one that's writing reality somehow.
He needs to do a history of the world.
He's got Spaceballs coming out, man. Spaceballs Part 2.
Yeah.
He's like 100.
Is he really?
He's 100 years old, man.
Jesus Christ.
He's 100. So yeah, that'd be like his last movie.
Yeah.
But I think we really went and messed up with Iran.
Yeah. And then we got let's see, this is part 2. I want to play this real quick. We don't have to play the whole video, it's kind of long, but
Go ahead.
This is Wizard Basan. She was like a YouTuber before the war in Gaza, and she had a message about Iran. So they tried to kill her multiple times. She's one of the few people since the very beginning has still been talking about what's going on. So I thought this was
Can't hear a thing, man.
Oh,
no, not a thing.
Really?
But from those hand movements, she looks upset.
You can't hear it.
I
Interesting.
can't hear it.
Did they block it? Because I hear that's weird. Oh man, hold on a second. Let me just connect it. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, a funny thing happened the other day. I was having my remote control was acting up. It wasn't working. And then the batteries, I was like, oh, the batteries must be dead. So I switched batteries. Then it started working. And then a few minutes later, it stopped working. And then I switched controllers. And then every battery in my house died for the television. And I'm eating dinner and I'm kind of like fucking pissed. So I just start giving middle fingers to the fucking TV, like, fuck you. Out of frustration. And then my computer started acting up. My computer froze. My laptop fucking froze. All my electrical devices stopped operating. And then the television just... I was like, what the fuck? So I got all brand new batteries the next day. Controller was working. And then it stopped working again. And I'm like... Oh, fuck this. Something's going on. It's weird.
Wow. Well, you have
my
a smart
phone
TV?
also was acting weird. It's like, it's like...
You have a smart TV?
Yeah, it was a smart TV.
Yeah, those can be hacked.
Yeah. So I was like, but the batteries are external from that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's weird. So I thought that was very strange, And then I have a television upstairs in my bedroom, which I'd never watch. Same thing happened.
That's crazy.
Fucking remote control stopped working. So I got to switch the batteries on that too. So
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
I'm like, what the fuck? So just, let me, just nothing to see.
Well, they do say when they put a bug or spyware, battery drainage is a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing with cell phones, Let's see if I can play it. Let me know if you can hear it now.
This comes after years and months of threats.
Hear it?
So Israel decided.
No?
Yep.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's start from the top. Take it from the top. Here we go.
Take it from the top.
Hey, let's use the right language and to not be fooled by the mainstream media trying to update us about Iran using their language. First of all, Israel does not have the right to defend itself, you all, because Israel is the aggressor itself. Israel is the occupier itself. Israel is the one that launched the first attack against Iran this morning, as every single other attack, and this comes after years and months of threats. So Israel planned, Israel decided, and Israel attacked. Israel does not even have the right to exist because this is a Palestinian land. This is an occupied land. Second, Israel and the US are not launching this war against the dictatorship in Iran and against the regime in Iran so the people of Iran are free and for the good. There's no such nonsense coming from the West. The West is a dictatorship. The West cannot bring democracy. This lie has been destroying our nations for decades. The US already used this lie in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in other Arabic countries actually, and destroyed us. This war is against Iran because Israel want to make sure that there is no single independent, strong country that can stop its expansion. So the American interests are protected as well. The American trade is protected as well. And this is not even for the American people, my dear American followers. The military bases and the military abilities have been developed over years using your taxpayers and deducted from your money, weakening your economy and your well-being. So it's not even for you. This war is for the elite and for Israel. So now your sons and daughters are fighting innocent people in Iran and killing innocent people in Iran for Israel. That's it. Third, Iran is not attacking Arabic countries. Iran is attacking American military bases in those Arabic countries. Actually, the US and Israel have been attacking our Arabic countries, exploiting us, killing our families, stealing our wolves for decades. That's it. I wish you're all safe. And I wish Iran is safe. And so far, Israel bombed a school. Over 30 students got killed in Iran. This is the military targets for Israel. Habibi, this is against our peoples, our dignity, our rights. This is against us, the people. We need to stick to the right. There is no such thing as numpires. Being numpires is being with Israel and the US. It's being with the right or being with them. That's it. Hey, let's use the right language and to not be fooled by the mainstream media trying to update us about Iran using their language.
So that's pretty heavy. She hit a lot of points. I thought, and you know, as a survivor, I mean, you hear that buzzing in the background. Those are drones. I don't know. What do you think? What's your take on that?
My take on it? Yeah. And I know there's people, actually, I had a little brush sometimes with a relative of mine on Facebook every so often here in France. And, oh, you know, the religious extremism, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
One, have you seen America? We're religious nuts.
Yeah.
At least the people that run us. And I put money people in the same
Extreme
perspective.
Christian nation, I would say. And it's growing. And it shocks me how many young people have bought into this.
But, you know, finance is religion too.
Yeah.
That's what people don't want to accept. Like, oh, I'm an atheist, but I believe in the markets. I'm like, then you're not an atheist because you believe in something.
Right.
And your God is money.
And belief incurs doubt, right?
That's right.
It's either you know it or you don't.
You don't. I mean, how can we start like tomorrow morning, we'll open up the markets and it'll be a whole exercise on jerking off belief. Right? It really is like, oh, yes, you know, these stocks in OpenAI, I think they're great. Starts out great in the morning. Like, you know, I really think he's an asshole. Well, I don't like him anymore. I don't believe in him anymore. I'm going to sell all these stocks. It's going to tank. We exercise belief all the fucking time, whether you're Christian or not. That's what we put out there. Secondly, Iran, actually, I have some pictures of it if you want me to share with you.
Absolutely.
Iran is not a little country.
No, it's massive.
Iran is much bigger territorially, and because of its actual terrain, it's like a giant fortress.
Yeah, it's all surrounded by mountains.
It's all surrounded by mountains. So the yahoos who think we're going to go in and we're going to do this, no, we're going to fly, we're going to bomb all this other stuff. Actually, I should send this to you.
Yeah.
And so you can get it.
Yeah, it's just it's totally like
Ukraine and Gaza have drained our stockpiles of weapons, the THAAD missiles that we use.
Right, exactly.
We only produce 800 a year from when I was checking.
Right.
I think we only have 500 left. Iran can go with what they've created supposedly for 6 months.
Yeah.
Without
they were saying by May we'll be short on stuff.
I think we'll be
That's
short and
people.
stuff by the end of this
Yeah.
month.
It's nuts.
It's nuts because we had Ukraine, we had to send them weapons, which
Yeah.
all turned out to be a pile of shit because warfare's changed now. Tanks
Yeah.
are pretty much obsolete because of drones.
Right.
Anyone who pays attention to that, I'm
And
anti-war.
they attacked us with all their old shit on top of it.
Yeah, they started with the old shit first,
Right. I mean,
and they told us.
yeah, and they told us. I mean, look at this. This is like a fucking. This is one of the strikes that they had yesterday. That's like fucking.
Yeah, they haven't hit us with they haven't hit with the hypersonic missiles yet.
Right. I mean, this is like. Let me see if I get the volume on this thing.
I just sent it to you via Zorro, by the way. Well,
Freaking.
that's old stuff.
That's the old stuff. That's not even the new shit. I mean,
They also got 300 of these
right. I mean,
hypersonic missiles from Russia.
right.
From last I was checking, they can travel up to Mach 8.
Right.
No radar.
This is the insanity. No, what's weird is that there's a lot of.
I didn't know.
Video games and mixing it in. I'm like, who the fuck is mixing video game footage and mixing it into the feed to make people believe that the United States is doing actually better than it actually is, or that Israel's doing it better than. I was like, why is there video game footage of this stuff? I mean, but that's just pure chaos there, as you can see. Let's see.
Well, they're trying to win a narrative.
Right.
They're trying to win a narrative. It's interesting because there's I think it captured it perfectly. There's an email from Jeffrey Epstein to, I can't remember who it was.
Right.
Jeffrey Epstein was a Jewish supremacist. Doubt me, look it up. It's there. He talked about whatever. All that supremacy stuff is moronic anyway. And
supremacy of any kind, I think it's fucking moronic.
It's just retarded. Sorry for the ableist comment.
Retarded, as they say in Boston.
Us old folks have a tough time when it's so part of the culture, right? Just rolls off.
Right. But we're using it in the actual definition of what the word means, right?
That's true. Mentally,
we're not.
You know what? Mentally deranged.
There you go.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue that well. But in this email, he says something about, we get to make the profits and let the goyim deal with reality.
Yes. I remember.
And I think that captures the attitude of the very wealthy. Not that the very wealthy are all Jewish. No, there's a lot of Christians and a lot of atheists too. Right. But the attitude is, let the poor deal with reality. We're getting whatever we want.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the map of Iran. So all that's mountains.
All of it. Yeah. There's not.
Yeah.
This is like if they thought Afghanistan was, and Afghanistan's so tiny. I mean, look at Iraq, Kuwait. So this is the 90s.
Yeah.
This is the 2000s. This is why it's unsustainable. I mean, this was a short war, people. And look at Afghanistan. Afghanistan next to Iran, it's like that's like fighting against the United States, like I'm sure the United States could probably fit inside of there.
I shared with you the actual what it looks like in the United States.
Right. There, yeah.
That's massive.
It's massive. I mean,
and compared to Europe.
Yeah.
So we're gonna send soldiers in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically like California, Colorado. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's not
mountains.
Yeah, and mountains, yeah.
And you can get sniped in mountains. Mountains are very dangerous. It's not a flat terrain like Iraq.
I mean, we lost a lot of people in Afghanistan because that was mountain and desert warfare.
Yeah. No one's been able to conquer Afghanistan outright.
Right.
No one.
Exactly. It's been a little crazy. It's a little crazy.
So
we are in 1 hour and 44 minutes. We're almost at our 2 hour approach. We have a special guest with us. He's going to chime in with us on.
All right.
I think you remember Tom Siaka, right? Let's bring him in.
Let's bring him in.
He was like us. He was on the on the television all night watching this shit. So let's go, Tom.
Let's go to Tom. Hey, Tom.
How's it going, man?
Oh, it's going. Yes, I just I overslept a little bit, so I was up watching BBC on this stuff. This is I don't see you guys, but that's okay.
You can't see us.
You can't see us?
No, that's all right. You can see us, right? You can see me.
Yeah,
I can see you.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I can hear you guys. It's fine. I know what you guys look like. So, yeah.
You could actually close your eyes.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We see you.
But where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I don't know. He's like, I can hear you too. I'm out of here. I know what you look like. Oh man.
You could just put some blinders on. You can't see us.
This is awesome.
He'll be back. We'll get him back.
Awesome. Awesome
We'll get him
sauce.
back. While we're waiting for him to come back, we get some other videos here. Let's see. Where'd he go? I had a bunch of stuff queued up. Now I can.
Well, I can point something else out about Iran. So the terrain is a pain in the ass.
Oh, it is.
Bigger population.
Yes.
Oil's going to get crunched down.
Right.
And we got rare earths. We're cut off from rare earths, and we can't produce as many missiles as we want to. So there.
Right.
I'm done.
Tom, can you kiss now?
All right, I'm back. Thank you. All right. Anyhow, so when you were coming in, we were talking about Iran's got almost 100 million people. It's the size of Western Europe. The topography. Well, at the same time, Pakistan. I guess you guys are from Pakistan's at war with Afghanistan, which is right next door, which is fun. I was on the phone with a friend of mine, a good friend of mine who I went to high school with. He
what? Oh, we lost.
I think he's got a bad connection.
I think so too. Yeah, he's got a bad connection. He has to probably. He has to come into the studio. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Continue that. Go ahead.
Probably because I'm on cellular.
You might have to put on your Wi-Fi.
Probably.
I don't have any Wi-Fi.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not hooked to your Wi-Fi. Anyhow, he said that we're going to run out of ammo by the summer. We don't have enough. He was in the Marines for 20 years in the Pentagon. He was in charge of logistics on the East Coast of the United States for the Marines.
Right.
He said we're going to run out of munitions by the summer if we're going to do this. We don't have enough weaponry to do this. We can't produce enough weaponry.
Right. It's
a material reality.
Right. And then when you think about we're sponsoring all these wars, Venezuela, we're attacking frickin' Cuba, well, we had that little gun shootout thing which was weird, that I don't know if you guys heard about that thing with the boats in Cuba that just happened this past week. The
doughheads got shot.
Yeah. And then you have all this Ukraine's ongoing, right? It's a hot mess. It's not good. It's not a good.
It's an orgy of stupidity.
An orgy of stupidity.
Mm-hmm. And they're fucking us all.
At the end of it, they're trying to make Mad Max a reality. That's
Mad Max was written by Mel Brooks. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a good thing.
No, it's not, man.
Yeah. But you know,
Yeah.
the Iranians are calm, cool, and collective. They're not panicking, and that should give us pause because they're like, yeah, if
They're
you want to
they're
make peace, we're willing to make peace. You know, they're like they have a poker face, and people should be concerned about that because
well
you know, talking about supplies, right? I mean, we have this.
because we also have the munitions that are getting destroyed too now.
Oh, we lost them again.
We
Okay,
did.
well, come on. Hold on a second.
So let me see here. I'll take over the show for a moment or two. While Ray's gone, welcome to Miguel's Corner. And talk about things.
Miguel's Corner.
Miguel's Corner.
I should have cued the video. I'm sorry.
Miguel's Corner.
We got,
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
we got
Hey,
Tom.
there you are.
There you go.
We're actually in the same place.
Okay. What can I say?
He was in the green room.
I'm in the green room.
Who's in the green room?
Where was I? What was I saying? Okay. So my friend John was in the Johnny was in the Marines. He was a colonel. So we were talking yesterday for a couple hours on the phone. We do our own weekly podcast to each other on the phone about this.
Mhm.
We've been talking about this for a while,
Mhm.
about the insanity, and
Mhm.
yeah, we don't have enough weaponry. You know, you guys have talked about the stupidity of it all. But we don't have enough weaponry. And yesterday I was saying, we're probably going to lose a carrier.
Mhm. We already did.
Or two.
What? Or two.
Yeah.
Well, yesterday, the first thing they hit one of the supply ships
Yeah.
immediately, which is like where they're going to go. I was watching the video of it too.
Mhm.
So they have so many weapons.
Yeah, we have it here.
They have so many weapons. The
Whoops.
Iranians.
Whoops.
Mhm.
They have so many. They have so many weapons.
I think that's
And again, the Persians have been at this for 5,000 years.
right.
Yeah.
No one in Washington D.C. I guess watched the 300 Spartans.
Mhm. Yeah, no one's.
Yeah.
Hegseth, I'm sure he did, but he thought of it as a porn.
I don't know what he thought of it as.
Oh, the push-ups and the muscular men.
Yeah, exactly. He probably.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at this. This is scary shit. I mean, there we go.
Is that the Abraham Lincoln? Is that confirmed?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't destroy it. It damaged the ship. Supply ships they have.
Yeah. So.
But supposedly I read something that they hit one of the supply ships coming from I can't think of the name of the island, but it's by India.
Mm,
So the Iranians are not stupid.
no. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Are the toilets functioning on that ship?
That's right, because they were malfunctioning last week, right? That's
Well,
right.
they're functioning on the Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
The Lincoln's a Nimitz class, which is fine. It's the Gerald Ford class, which is screwed up, which they've completely screwed up. And that was before Trump was screwed up.
Yeah.
So that's
They had malfunctioning toilets, but this past week on a ship, there was flooding and everything.
yeah, because the Navy and its wise stupidity put in, I guess, the toilet system of like a Carnival cruise ship.
You might have to retrofit Carnival cruise lines just to go fight this war.
So
Well-
apparently it from what I was researching, that the General Office Service Administration told them the toilet system putting in there, the tubes or whatever are too small.
Mhm.
They're not big enough for, and then they said, "No, no, it's fine." So yeah,
Probably trying to save some money.
they have 650 toilets for almost 5,000 sailors.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you get one clog,
And apparently they're saying some of the sailors are sabotaging the toilets too by putting their shirts there. I don't know how true that is.
I probably, I would probably believe it because the military, no one is for this shit. The whole idea behind the military is not to go to war.
Right.
Right.
The whole idea of none of these guys want to go to war. I've had this conversation with him for the last few years talking about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No one in the military there, no one there wants to go to war. No one. Yeah. It's you have. They're prepared to go if we have to go. Right. This is what the whole thing is. It's not like, hey, let's go get this guy. So this is insanity because this senile, insane man. It's like he thought that it was going to be like Venezuela. Oh well, look at Venezuela.
Right.
Right.
Right in there. So let's just walk right to Iran, because and he. And another thing I was listening to, he completely misinterpreted all the intelligence or whatever. We're talking about a guy who has a third-grade education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not very bright.
Yeah, it's like, no, you don't go to Iran. Every president since Carter, Israel has wanted us to invade Iran, and every president has said no because they have a brain. Even George W. Bush had enough of a brain not to invade Iran.
Yeah, exactly.
Dick Cheney was like, no. I'm evil, but I'm not stupid.
Exactly. It's true. Even he was against Trump. But so this idiot said, "Oh yeah, I'll go in because he's being blackmailed by Israel, whatever." It's pretty much everyone knows that Israel has been manipulating us for the last 50 years.
Yeah.
This is like, and it's not anti-Semitic. No, it's the government of Israel.
Yeah, right.
And
that's right.
And it's a whole. I was listening to a guy yesterday talking about this, and it's just I don't know how we're going to get out of this.
I don't think there is a way out of this, to be honest.
We walked right into a trap, and that's why I filled up my gas tank yesterday, because we're not going to be seeing that 267 gas for a while.
We're going to probably have to get gas containers, like those big tank containers, and just keep them on.
Yeah, either that
or
Hey,
but he was going to make the price of the gas go down at the pump, man.
$1.99 in Michigan.
$1.99.
I'm still waiting for the food prices to go down.
It's not gonna. Don't hold your breath. It's not good.
I think between him being a delusional, degenerate nincompoop, and the Epstein files, which were showing him to being a child rapist, he needed something,
or cannibal,
and a cannibal too. Yeah, like we all heard the conspiracy theories beforehand of all this crazy shit going back to the 1970s and the films with the rich people with the robes and doing all this crazy shit. But it's completely different than to actually. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore. It's reality.
Right, exactly.
When the QAnon stuff is true,
but not in the way they thought.
No, it's worse than what they thought.
Way worse.
Because Epstein is just one of many groups.
It's a whole network.
But it's these rumors that supposedly Iranians have the video. It's time for them to release the videos.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know what they're going to say, right? They're going to say, well,
it's all AI. It's AI.
Yeah, they're AI.
His minions will follow him into the depths of hell. They don't care. Whatever.
No, they don't care. Now, then you had Tel Aviv being attacked, and you had this going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Including BB. BB took
And BB left to Germany. Yeah.
Is that true?
He left to Germany.
So he is in Germany.
He's in Germany.
Yeah.
So how come the ICC doesn't have him?
Right. Because
you know,
not honoring it. That's why.
he's BB.
He actually is in Germany.
He's currently in Germany.
He actually is in Germany. So he actually did leave.
He left.
Yeah. Well, the rats leaving
the shit sinking ship.
Oh, this is not going to last that long.
So this guy is such a coward that he actually abandons his people. That should be seen as anti-Semitic. I mean, you get them in a war, and then you start allowing your people to be bombed. They're all in shelter in place, and then you fucking take off. The guy.
How old is BB?
He has to be in his 80s, right?
The BB's 74.
74.
He's 74. I mean, he's about,
he's 74.
You know, it's like he's been in the game so long. You know.
Oh, well, I was watching a little bit of Tucker Carlson, who I'm a fan of now. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It's like, and he was on with Megyn Kelly, who also was making sense.
Right.
This is like, this is not,
crazy town.
This is like Megyn Kelly. I'm agreeing with Megyn Kelly.
Right.
Talking about from 1996, they're showing clips of Netanyahu saying the same thing about
Netanyahu.
Yep, exactly.
They're within weeks of getting a nuclear weapon from 1996.
Right.
I think going back, there's some clips. I think there might be some clips of him in the 80s.
Yep.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably.
Saying the same shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
He's just like Trump. You'll watch old Letterman episodes and he's talking about the same shit.
Oh yeah. Well, the new joke is right. There's a meme going around where it's like we found a cuneiform from Mesopotamia saying that Iran's like 2 weeks away from making a nuke.
That sounds very French. That sounds like a French gag, right?
It's true.
Oh, there's this great French guy, man. He's fucking hilarious. Different topic though. Describing Dallas, he had me in stitches. I'd have to share that with you.
Take a look at this one. This is
who has officially fled to Germany. I mean, Germany, of all places. The jokes write themselves. The official Israeli state aircraft landed in Berlin, Germany at 8:30 p.m. today after circling Israel for hours looking for a safe place to land. This flight is often used for the continuity of government during crises, by the way. Consider this jet the Israeli Air Force One. Netanyahu was literally fleeing Israel amidst retaliatory attacks from Iran. He could not handle it. The plane was stuck circling over Israeli coastal airspace for several hours before finally leaving Israeli airspace to try to seek refuge in Europe. The jet was seen circling over Greece, and it is alleged that they were refused entry in Cyprus. While the West is sending their children to die in a war that they have absolutely no involvement in, the leader of Israel has fled the country, and to Germany, no less. How about that?
How about that?
Hey.
So we're basically being left holding the bag.
So they're what? What's the difference between the time zone difference between
Europe,
Israel, and here, right? So it was 3:33 a.m. here. What time was it in Israel?
About 10:30. Oh no, maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Hey Siri, what's the time zone difference between Israel and the United States?
7 hours.
Yeah.
I think it's about 7 hours.
Yeah, 6 or 7 hours. So then what time was, so that's 3, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 p.m., right? That they started bombing, right?
So that was
so then he leaves 10:30. So that's
so he left within a couple of hours. He knew the shit that they couldn't handle the amount of because all the other times
he's no Zelensky. That's what
no, because here's the thing. When the last time they were doing this stuff, they weren't showing their hand of the kind of weaponry they have.
Right.
They threw, it's like basically they threw their like their shit weapons at Israel.
Yes.
Now they're using the real stuff,
Mhm.
and actually the stuff they're using now is the old stuff that they're using now.
Right.
The stuff they're using now is their
Right.
old stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When wait until that stuff is used up in a couple of weeks or whatever, and then they start using the new stuff they just got from China and Russia, the hypersonic weapon.
Right.
Yeah, Russia gave them 300 of those hypersonic missiles.
Right, and the other thing was, and you guys probably read, and we read the same stuff,
Right.
that Russia gave the Iranians the battle plan, a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
Where did they get that? I don't know. How could they possibly gotten the battle plan?
They hacked the satellite.
Well,
Dude, they probably posted it on Signal.
Yeah.
but probably Tulsi Gabbard probably gave it to them.
Well, they hacked the satellite, and then from the satellite, they said they hacked that drone, and that was a drone that 2 weeks ago that Iran. They basically deployed a drone. They said it landed undetonated in Iran. Like they tried to make it sound like a dud. No, it's a drone. They basically hacked the satellites, and then from the satellites, they hacked our government where the drone was being controlled.
Do you remember years ago during the Obama administration?
Yeah.
There was a drone that flew over Iran.
Yeah.
Iran hacked it,
Yes.
and then they didn't destroy it. They landed that sucker down.
Yeah. So it's basically instant replay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We have Gary Camp over here. Let's see, Gary, are you with us?
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe he's not. He's not in his chair. Maybe he's on the pod. We'll get him in there in a little bit.
Oh wow, this is turning into a Zoom call now.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we got a lot to say. We got a lot to say. We're sitting and
There we
watching. It's Gary. Yeah.
Let's see. Adam to this day. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Oh,
Yeah.
look at it. Yeah, he's got the peace hat. There we go.
So guys,
What's up?
we at war.
That's
It's
it.
war, baby.
World War
Again.
III. It's a party.
Hey, we've been waiting for this.
It's over.
So anyway, this is a Bronx Heroes in Trumpland party because Ray and I predicted this shit.
That's right.
If you just look at the back cover of the Bronx Heroes in Trumpland
Yeah.
with him and the mushroom cloud going off, and it
Mhm.
says everything. We
Right.
predicted this stuff.
And if you look very carefully, you'll see the eyes of Hitler on the back of that, right above that cloud.
Oh wow, that's scary.
And the book takes place in the year 2026.
yeah, and the
Tell
book.
everybody what we were doing Saturday night.
What's that?
Tell everybody what we were doing Saturday night.
Oh, we were at that Latino Wepa comic book event. That was pretty cool. Yes.
Dancing with Daddy Yankee. I'm like, wait a second, there's a war happening here.
Right.
In fact, I didn't know there was a war happening. I found out like the night after. I said, "What? We invaded? What the hell is going on?" I thought we were doing some negotiations, some peace talk, and all this other nonsense, man.
Gary actually got this I won't say crazy white girl, but she was very animated.
Yeah.
And they were dancing till the daylight, right?
Yeah. They asked me and Ray to dance, and Ray declined politely.
Did you get lucky? You get lucky?
No, of course. No. I stopped dating blonde chicks a long time ago. It's great. She was a professional salsa dancer, so I'm like, well, what is this about? You know, you trying to embarrass me, you know? So, but Ray was like, no, I can't do it.
But like the glass slipper in Cinderella, you handed her a comic, right?
Oh yeah, of course I had to, man. I was like, I mean, it was meant for the curator of the event, but I forgot to reach out to her. That's really crazy. She was there, you know, and I was like, Ray, this is our opportunity to be in this event because we both Puerto Rican and we were not invited. What the hell was that about? Because you Puerto Rican.
New Yorkers, the two Puerto Rican comic book guys were not in the comic book.
25 years. Miguel, how long you been doing comic books? Actually, Miguel, you Puerto Rican yourself, right?
No.
Oh, you not? Oh, I thought you were, man. My bad.
He was
What?
in the Latino comics because he's Puerto Rican lookalike.
So what is your background?
All right, I'll tell you.
The short version.
First of all, in terms of doing comics, I've been doing comics all my life.
Yeah.
Secondly,
Oops,
my dad's from East St. Louis.
we're giving you the spotlight here.
He's African American,
Right.
and he was stationed in Spain, and he met my mom there. So technically, I am the same mixture as most Puerto Ricans,
Right.
but I'm Black American.
But the name Guerra, that's your dad's last
That's
name?
my mom's.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that's pretty cool that you do that.
Yeah.
You know what's my mother's last name? I can't even use it. It starts with a V. It's like Verdejo. That sounds like.
Verdejo.
Sounds like bendejo.
Thank you.
Pendejo. No.
I can't use that last name.
Can't use that last name.
They've called you verdero the bendejo.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, man.
Campusano is bad. And I showed
Bad,
him
No,
bad.
that's good. It means campsite. That's okay.
Well, look at Felix. What the hell is that? That's not Spanish.
It
That
is.
is.
Spain Spanish. It's happy.
That's right.
Right.
That's
It
right.
means happy. Mhm.
The happy boy.
Felix and Feliz, those are the same. They're from the same tribe.
And I would estimate it probably comes from Catalonia,
There you go.
Oh, wow.
because northern Spain, because we would say feliz with a Z.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably like from
The
northern
same
Spain.
bloodline. Feliz and Felix, they split, but it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Origin is Feliz. Feliz.
You're not at the comic convention in Valencia that's going on right now?
Oh, wow.
Oh.
That must be crazy.
Yeah, it's funny because I used to live in Valencia.
Yes,
I
that's
lived there for
my friend Jim Chadwick, who used to work at DC. He retired to Valencia, so he's at the Valencia Comic Con. That's pretty cool.
Oh, it's awesome because when I was living there, and I lived there for 4 years, everybody was bitching that they didn't have one. And then they're like, oh, come on, we have all these artistic people. They didn't have for years. Valencia is also very corrupt. The Borgia are from Valencia. Yeah, they're Valencian. Then I left, and then they had the Comic-Con. And I haven't been back since, so yeah.
Well, he's living in Valencia, so I'm saying. So if any of you guys have an extra room to rent, because I'm getting my passport soon.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Like if you want to, it's very cheap. Like it's a very cheap place if you're gonna go just to hang out. It's cheap.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know, but I was thinking last night, if I sell everything I own and put it into cash,
I got 20,000, 30,000, right? Maybe.
yeah, maybe, and then just put it into cash, and then just like get into my car and drive one way up to Toronto, and just say, hey, and I'll just show them Trump land. I'm a political
Cartoonist in exile.
You're a political dissident?
It might work.
Maybe.
Cuba.
No, not Cuba, not Cuba.
But Tom, does you have
Next.
family? Does you have family in Italy? Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
He's got family in Vietnam.
I have family in Vietnam.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't
But
help.
we don't go back to the places we invaded before, so
No,
I think
no.
Vietnam is safe
No.
for now.
But Garrett, could we go visit you, man? Could we
I live
all
in
stay
France
over
now.
your house and?
Well, France is cool.
I live in France now.
Well, my story is going to be printed in momentarily in France, so it's going to be called Mystic Magazine, and he was previously involved with Special Strange magazine, but now it's called Mystic. So it'll
They
be,
love comics here.
Yeah.
so who knows? Maybe I'll come to France and hang out. And my good friend Alain Schlockoff does Le Grand Fantastique, who I've written for. So which I can't get copies of because of the embargo. So, but he's publishing Le Grand Fantastique. So, but I've been writing for him since the '80s. So,
Right.
So, so
No, you guys are welcome. Come over.
I'm sure that I have no problem there.
I live like far away from Paris though.
That's all right. I'm sure it's fine.
Quiet town.
I'm sure it's nice and quiet. I'm sure they'll like seeing an old American artist. There. Oh yes. Oh.
Are you the only comic book artist in your town?
Am I?
Writer, creator, content creator.
I'm not gonna say that I am, but from what I know, most likely. Because it's a town of 55,000 people.
Right.
And yeah. Not that artistic. There's other towns that are more artistic,
It's
but
kind of
I
like
could be wrong.
is there a bookstore or a comic book store in town?
Oh, what's interesting is that the comic book stores here in France, they do exist, but they're more bookstores.
Right.
So in Paris, you can go to the comic book stores. They'll sell all sorts of the stuff that we're used to. But the books here are sold like graphic novels. They don't really sell
Right.
floppies.
Right.
And
Exactly.
yeah, so you can go to the sometimes the grocery stores sell the books too. But there is a bookstore, but it's kind of like, do you remember Tower Records?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So there's a store called FNAC,
Gary.
which is kind of like that.
FNAC. I've heard FNAC. Yes, they're a
Mhm.
publisher.
So they sell records, CDs, and they sell books and stuff too. So there is one of those stores, but an actual separate comic book shop, no.
No, they
You
don't.
have to kind of
Yeah,
you have to go to a bigger town.
yeah, exactly. Europe doesn't. You're right, because they don't do things the way we do, which is we do things backwards. They do it as graphic novels. They're
smarter.
Ray's seen some of the old ones I have from the 70s,
Mhm.
Valerian and stuff, and they're
Yeah.
they're big, and they're maybe they're like 80 pages or something.
They're still like that.
Yes, yes.
The first thing I did when I got to Europe is I stocked up on Mobius,
Yes,
Corto Maltese,
yes,
Valerian,
yes,
and anything by Jodorowsky.
yes,
Those are the ones I stocked up on immediately.
yes.
Valerian looks amazing. The movie was interesting, but they made him younger, which I didn't understand that.
Those ones I got a bunch of those when when I was working at Heavy Metal magazine, because
Oh, you worked at Heavy Metal too?
Yeah.
yeah, but that was
There's a lot of
in
articles.
very yeah. Well, yeah, because I actually was temporary assistant art director to John Workman before his brother came in. So for about a month, I was still working at DC, but I was, coming in after work and helping him at night.
Right.
So I knew I was there from the beginning. Because I'm friends with Walt Simonson. When they were doing Alien in 1941 and all that, so that whole period. So I did stuff from the beginning to like 84, 85.
It's got a lot of
Okay. Because I worked there as a translator.
Oh, okay.
Later, yeah, when it was Kevin Eastman.
Oh, well, you did. I was there during the Simmons, Julie Simmons, and when it was part of National Lampoon. I used to run into John Belushi all the time.
Oh, you were there like during like the interesting times.
Yes.
No Slate to Kevin.
Yeah. When because John's wife worked at Lampoon, so he'd come in, and he was a nice guy. He was a quiet guy. I used to run into Aykroyd and Rockefeller Center all the time too. I invited him to DC. He goes, "Oh, I don't have any time, but yeah, I'd love to come up." I used to run into all those people. But that's when in those days when you could just do that, just run into people and then just hang out with them.
Right.
Yeah,
things have changed.
You can't do that today.
Right.
But you just run into people in the street. It's like, oh, hey, and they wouldn't know you, but they say, hey, come on, why'd you come and hang out? Like,
yeah.
But guys,
the only way you could do it today, though, now, like to do it today, is if you offered them a baby. Because all the celebrities, they're all into. Yeah, today it's not the cocaine. Today it's the.
I got a funny story about running into an actual comic book creator.
Who's this?
I was in Midtown Comics, and I was digging into the dollar books. Then I started sparking a conversation with this African American writer, and we were saying that I was basically saying that it was Rob Liefeld who started Image, and he said, no, it's Tom McFarlane. We were going back and forth, and then all of a sudden he goes, I should know because I used to work for Milestone Comics, and I work at DC, blah, blah, blah. And I said, what's his name? He showed me his card. And this guy, he's writing Milestone right now. It's called Eliage. I forgot his first name. But it just like... Yeah, Joe Elliott, that's the guy.
Joe.
And then
Oh, I met. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I talked to him at the Comic Con.
and then he tells me, I usually don't give my business card to nobody, but being that you know a common friend of ours called Winston Blakely, I'm gonna give it to you. I was like, wow, this is how the industry works. It's not what you know, or how good you are, it's who you know.
Exactly.
So I was like,
Exactly.
Joe Elliott has been an editor for every major company.
That's
DC, Marvel,
yeah. Joe Elliott. I was sitting next. He was sitting next to Alex Rivera.
There you go. There you go.
Comic Con, and then because Dennis Cowan was there, and he said, "Oh, Dennis is here." I was like, "Dennis is here," because I knew Dennis when Dennis was like 15 years old. I hadn't seen him in years. He goes, "I'll bring you over to Dennis." So we went over there, and Dennis,
Oh,
I was talking, Dennis is talking to all these, young people.
But he did tell me, if you need a book properly edited, just let me know. And that was last year. And I'm like, wait a second, if I give this guy my book, he's gonna chop it up.
No, he's massive. He used to be an intern with my cousin Danny that works for DC. They were there at the same time and doing stuff for Milestone and DC. And now he's like a big time editor. He worked at Heavy Metal. He worked at he was an editor for Heavy Metal, DC for a long time. Batman, Marvel, everything, all the big companies, even a lot of the small ones that came and went. Like there was a recent company that was doing very well, and then it kind of folded. Lions Forge, and there was another one that he's edited in every major comic company that exists.
A nice guy, nice guy,
very nice
guy. Yeah.
I mean, the way we were going at it, like, no, this is Rob Life, it's Tommy Farley.
It's that generation, right? That generation.
No, we the same generation. Two arrogant pricks. What you say?
Arrogant pricks. Yeah.
One of my studio heads used to work for Rob Liefeld.
Oh, how was that?
And he told me some crazy stuff. Actually, he actually was one of the shadow pencilers on one of the books. His name's Logan Libera, and he was telling me some of the crazy stories. When Rob met up once, he would take all of his studio with him, and they met up with Frank Miller. And this is around the time that Sin City came out, and Rob proceeds to, this is the story, I don't know how true it is, proceeds to start
allegedly
starts bugging Frank about, what the hell is up with the tiny guns in Sin City? Because Rob would draw these massive guns, and Frank was just basically tolerating saying, look, it's just a comic, it's stylistic and that. He's like, yeah, but you should have like these big guns. Because, he loved that stuff. It is a small industry. It has to be said. It's funny how, because at the time I was living in Toronto, and I was renting studio space from Logan. And as I mentioned earlier, Francis Manipool started at that studio. He's the guy who's done Superman and Green Lantern and stuff. There's a bunch of guys that came out of that studio. But then I moved to New York. It's really weird how it's just so tiny.
It's a very small industry. Everybody knows everybody.
Even though it's big, it's still small. Yes, it's true. It was even smaller in the 70s. Everybody literally knew everybody. We literally knew everybody because everybody was in New York pretty much. So that's why. So when I was hanging out at Continuity, that everyone was working at Continuity. They all had little cubby holes there. So it was like Mike Kaluta's there, Bernie Wrightson, Gray Morrow, Howie Jacob, Howard, excuse me. Don't ever call him Howie. Don't ever call him Howie. But
noted.
But a lot of these people go, oh, arrogant. I hate Jacob, whatever. It's like I've known these guys since I was a teenager. So it's like the Howard will the last time he saw me, he was like berating me for having hair. He goes, Tom, you look the same as you did 30 years ago. Why do you have hair? I said, Howard, sorry, but I may have hair, but you have the talent. So
trade off,
exactly. So
but Tom, I got something for you. Recently, I went over. I just found my George Perez storyteller book.
Yeah,
and you quoted there. I was like, And you quoted it as being a classmate in Cardinal Hayes with George Perez. And I'm reading this like, I know Tom. What the? I missed this part. I didn't know. You know this guy for like 60 years, man. Like, wow. I was
you didn't know that?
No, you told me, but reading it is a whole different story. I'm like,
well, yeah. Which one is the storyteller book? Which one?
It's like an art book with everything.
Is that the one that IDW came out with or something?
I think that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to show that to me next because that's one I haven't seen. Because do they say nice things about me?
They have you quoting that George Perez was a genius in Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx. I'm like, wow. So they really went back, and then you guys transitioned into DC Comics or
right.
Or Marvel Comics. So
the next time I see you, show me that book because that's the one I don't have. That because I want to see if they reproduce any of the stuff that we did in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you sign it. How about that?
Hey, all right. No, I did that article in the after George died. I did the main article in the Tomorrow's Back issue magazine. That was the Perez issue. So I did the whole thing about us in high school. So yeah. So if you want to briefly talk about it, so I knew George from the time freshman year. So was that 13, 14 years old, and then we were the only two guys in the school that were like comic artists, and then there were a couple other guys who were involved. Johnny Charles, who's my friend who I was talking to, who was in the military. He was, initially wanted to be into comics, but then he got smart and got an accounting degree and went into the military. And then Brian McKernan is another guy who, so there were like four of us. So we were the comic guys. Mm-hmm. We did all the stuff. So everyone, that's why when we did our little battalion book, which we didn't know how to do, offset printing, we just drew it on paper as a comic book, drawn. Mm-hmm. We passed. It's a 20-page comic book that George and I drew and wrote that was passed around the school because that's the only way anyone. The actual physical copy. Mm-hmm. And there's copies on the net of the pages because George scanned the pages.
Wow.
But it has my character Astron in there, and 2 or 3 others I created, and ones that George created. One of the characters George created was Power Girl.
Yeah.
Now, this is before Power Girl was Power Girl. So this Power Girl is a white girl, but she's got a white uniform, but she's not from Krypton. She found a mystical amulet, and then she got her superpowers from that. And then my character Astron, Star Soldier, before he was a Star Soldier, is in there. And then we had a character called Nighthawk, who not like the Nighthawk of Marvel that Marvel did later, who I created, who's a black cop who at night is like this kind of a Batman sort of character. And another guy called Electron, who had electrical energy that George had, and then another one called Spirit Keeper, who was kind of like a Doctor Strange kind of character that George had, and another one called Parsvir, which George gave the name of my character, who was a cyborg, who was half man. So later on, George, I used the idea for Cyborg. So all these characters that we did in the battalion somehow became characters that were in Teen Titans or at Marvel or DC.
You got a copy of this book? Does it exist?
No, it doesn't exist.
Well, the kitty drawings are, yeah.
I have a color Xerox of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the actual physical copy I gave to George because.
Oh, he has it.
Well, no, he doesn't. Because the copy is missing. I don't know where. Like
back in the day, the kids would pass it around. You'd pass it around to people.
Yeah. So what happened was Father McCormick, who was the dean of discipline. Yes. We were in English.
The dean of discipline. He had a copy.
Dean of discipline. No, what happened was
like a comic book.
What happened was it was English. Somebody's reading the book in English class, right? So McCormick was the substitute teacher, and this guy was like 6'2", 3", imposing figure. Turned out that he was an ex-Marine. He would talk like this: "Son, what do you have there? Oh, a comic book." I ripped it in half and threw it in the garbage.
Oh shit! No.
So I retrieved it, right? So I painstakingly glued it back together.
Oh,
I
wow.
kept it for years, and then later when I was working at Marvel, I was working like a Stan's assistant, and then we were doing the Marvel Con in '76. I gave it back to George. So and I took some terrible Xerox of it, because at the time they had those horrible Xerox machines back then in the '70s. Yeah. Later, he scanned them all and put them on Facebook when he had the Facebook account. So I went and I copied them all off of Facebook. So I have all the copies, and then I made prints of them. So I have a book downstairs. We can scan that. And
so Ray, when you gonna publish this book? Come on, man, Ray.
What book?
Your book.
Your book.
What?
I mean, Ray's a publisher. Hello, right?
Come on, man.
What you guys waiting for, man?
We have to work on it because
2028.
2028. Yeah, that sounds good.
And I gotta and draw the comic book based on you creating the comic book. How about that, man? You know, just give it to Ray. Ray does comic book. Like
I think it'd be an interesting story, like the what was that movie about the altar boys?
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. That's a great movie.
Well. The guy Steve, who's a good friend of George, and lived down Florida. He's a original art dealer, and he was helping George, you know, in the hospice at his house, and helping him whatever. So he bought a lot of the artwork after George died. But I was on the phone with him, and I said, find this thing. We were talking about, well, maybe we'll publish it, and do it as a charity for, Hero Alliance or something.
Did he find it?
No, we don't know what happened to it. He went through the whole office, and the office was. So I assumed that the only thing I could think of, I said George may have given it away, maybe to his niece, because he's close to his niece, because his brother has a daughter, his brother Peter, and she lives down there, because she would go to a lot of conventions with him, doing cosplay as like Wonder Woman or whatever. I suspect that she may have it, but so as far as the actual original, no idea where it is. I have copies of it. There's
might be in his house.
You gotta chase it down. Chase it down, man. Come on, man.
I have copies of it, so we can figure something.
Hunt for the battalion.
We're in the middle. We're in the middle of World War III, man. God, we don't know tomorrow.
I know we're gonna. But anyhow, so
sell all your toys.
So anyhow, so that was one of the. We showed to. Well, the battalion was one of the. We showed this to Neil Adams, in '71 when I brought George to his first convention at the Statler Hilton. It was a Suling convention, and so of course I was like trying to be George's agent to get him into comics. So because I brought up to Neil Adams, and he's looking at it, So I was like, we were how old then? 15.
Hold on, Neil Adams stole it. It became Continuity Comics.
Because it became Continuity. No. But then Neil Adams looked at the stuff, and he looked at our stuff and said, "Yeah, you guys aren't really ready for that, but go over to talk to those guys in the corner. They're doing fanzines. It's Paul Levitz." So we went over to Paul Levitz, who was doing his comic reader. And Paul was 13, right? But 13 going on like 25. So next to him was a guy named Jim Glenn, who was helping him. And Jim Glenn did something called Factors Unknown. So Jim now is called T.O. James Glenn. He became an actor, and I'm still friends with him. So he published our first stuff in Factors Unknown #2. I wrote a story that George penciled, and then I badly inked. And then the next Factors Unknown 3, that's the one with the Neil Adams cover and characters that George had called Death Squad, which was almost like an X-Men type of thing. And I had the story in there. So that's where we started. But Paul Levitz saw and he got copies of the battalion, the Xeroxes of it. So was it 71, and then on 76 or 75, 76, 77, when Power Girl came out. So the name must have stuck, right? Same way that Astron somehow became Firestorm.
Right.
Oh wow.
But that's another story I'm not going to tell now.
And an eternal. So
And an eternal.
and an eternal.
And one of the eternals. So that's right. So.
Yeah.
And what was in the water? All you guys between the late '60s and the '70s were creating all this stuff. Like, what the hell? What the hell you guys?
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Nothing. You know what was in the water?
LSD.
In the water was creativity. And also being nerds. The original nerds. Fluoride nerds. The original nerds.
Because me and Ray are like the third generation of that.
No, because you know what it was?
What?
It was there was no McDonald's in the Bronx back then. So we didn't have
there you go.
We didn't have fast food and all
Wendy's.
No,
No.
White Castle.
White
Castle was it. What it was the it was the magic of White Castle. The magic of White Castle. White Castle, and there was a White Castle there. Hayes.
Yeah.
So there was kind of like a magic to White Castle that had this energy that gave us this energy to create this stuff. So it's really White Castle.
Many hours on the pot.
Exactly. White Castle, those little slider dumps. White Castle is what.
See, Ray, you need White Castles to sponsor your Bronx Hero comic. In fact, the Comic Con should be in a White Castle. It should be in a White Castle.
Fordham Road, the one on Fordham Road.
Fordham Road, that'd be awesome, Ray. Come on. Maybe Curtis Sliwa might pass by and say, "What's up?"
There might be something to that because I ate a lot of White Castles on Fordham Road, and
we all did.
And then I think was it Gun Hill Road or
Yes.
Allentown? There was one.
Well, there's one in Gun Hill too.
So it was Gun Hill. So
and Alton Avenue too.
I ate all three of those. You know,
that's right. So
we'd cut school and then go there.
So we found out the magic that gave us the power to create this stuff was White Castle hamburgers. So someone please write that. That's
it's that lactative, man. That's
it. You're just like, why?
Cleans your system and then
war in my stomach.
But then after
there's a multiverse of shit inside
White
of
Castle.
But guys,
the Bronx thing in the Bronx back then, it was just like it was just like the magic of the Bronx, the Third Avenue L, which no longer exists. All this energy that was there in the Bronx that I mean, the Bronx has a different energy now, but there was an energy there. There was an energy there.
I mean, it's still there. I'm still here. I'm the
still
last.
there. It's just different.
I must say, Gary.
It's just more corporate now. Now you have Whole Foods within walking distance of your place on Fremont Avenue now.
I mean, it's a little bit better, slightly, but it's still it's a food desert. It's a food desert,
Yeah. I mean, it's okay,
You can still get your throat cut at certain hours.
but if you find like
certain hours, anytime. You
can find a studio apartment for me, Gary.
You can find your basement.
That's probably right. I'll take it. At this point, I may have to take it.
Come on, stay with Ray. You good with Ray, man? Ray has
not for long.
Oh, come on, man. Ray, keep the house. Keep the house.
Going to be on sale at the end of April.
Nah, Ray, don't do that. Come on, Ray.
The studio is relocated.
And I don't know where I'm going to relocate, so it could be.
Wow.
Ray, you suck, man.
It's World War III. We have to.
Ray's gonna. God knows where Ray's gonna move. We're gonna move Ray. You gonna go to Europe? Asia,
Newark, New Jersey.
Africa, Egypt. Egypt.
The other Bronx.
The other Iran has some nice condos.
What's funny that you say that because I was thinking in 4 years, in 2030, where would I want to be? And most people don't know this, but in 2018, when I left the DOE in New York, I was actually offered a job in Dubai. They actually hired me, and then my wife and I basically had a discussion, and she basically said, "Well, go to Dubai, and when you get back, we won't be here."
Yeah, I remember Ray telling me that. Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
Well, it may have been the right decision after all.
Right?
But they're getting bombed, man. What the fuck? Like, I was like, Dubai getting bombed, man. Like that is crazy, man.
Yeah, there's a good reason for that because there's a lot of our stuff is there, like militarily. One,
yeah, man,
two. There's a lot of rich people who live there who they're going after too.
So they're getting reality daily right now. They
Yeah,
just, I love it when they're looking at the sky. It's a missile. Oh my God, we gotta get off the beach.
So basically, the Iranians are saying, "Okay, you rich motherfucker." I can say the word motherfucker.
Pretty much, that's what it is.
They're all you guys now.
All you guys now.
So they're just basically whoops.
But don't we buy oil from freaking Iran, the West? Like I don't understand this. Like
No.
we do buy oil from Iran.
No, Saudi Arabia. You're thinking Saudi Arabia.
We buy from
but
Saudi
Iran
Arabia.
produces oil also. They produce natural gases and they have customers. You know.
Well, I think they're trying to do is they're trying to clip China because China gets oil from Iran, and there's a trade corridor they just created that's basically it comes down to this crazy plan that kind of starts with the British. The idea is not to allow Eurasia to unite because there isn't the European continent. It's just fucking Eurasia.
Exactly.
Europeans, oh yeah, no, there's no big, massive body of water that separates Europe from freaking India and China, right? Like there was a young guy who biked from, I think it was Netherlands or Belgium all the way to Shanghai.
Wow.
So it's one mass. So of course, connected to that mass is Iran, Saudi Arabia, and all that. And the whole plan was, and Brzezinski, Zbigniew Brzezinski, he wrote a whole thing on it. It's called the Grand Game or the Grand Plan or whatever. And he said that we, the United States, could not afford to have a great power emerge from Eurasia, which meant Russia or China.
Right.
So the whole thing is to ensure that China and Russia don't become these powers. So how do you do it? Well, most people don't realize it, but Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, and all those places are in the backyard of both China and Russia. So we've been tinkering around there to do that. The problem is, because we went off and however you feel about Russia, this is just a fact and a reality, they become good friends with China.
Gee, I wonder why.
I wonder why.
Exclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like we got the anti-Midas touch now.
It was the Palm
shit.
Jeremiah rocket attack. It was the Fairmont Palm Hotel. That's what it was. That was
yeah. One of Trump's properties got hit. I think.
Ray, good thing you didn't take that job, Ray.
What's that?
Great thing you didn't take that job in Dubai, man.
I think it might be Dubai. I'm not quite sure.
Let's see this.
No, they all got hit. Dubai.
No,
Qatar.
But there's one city in the Middle East that's modern that doesn't have a sewage system. They literally have to have trucks take all the shit out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Take a look at this. This is the video of the hotel burning. There you go.
Dubai, Qatar, which other? That's you, your hotel.
Yeah, that was a hotel. There was a bunch of places that were hit. A bunch of stuff. Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff.
So how long do you think it's going to be before all these countries decide to sue for peace?
No,
as they're getting like vaporized.
Guys, I'm calling it. I give it 2 weeks before Trump goes, all right, I made a mistake. Let's just try to work out something. How about I give you some real estate for my hotel?
How long do you think before the all the billionaires decide this guy is costing us suit? You think it's gonna be?
We got 3 more years, and then he's gonna lose both houses. So he's gonna be a lame duck.
They don't want to just get rid of this guy like right away and put him down.
Once we wins both houses, and then they decide to impeach the motherfucker, then hopefully they'll be successful this time. Because before that was a joke, man. The Democrats are a bunch of wussies, man.
Well, they were doing that presidential thing before, where they were just like trying not to.
Well, I was just reading that the Democrats are
not with Schumer, not with that piece of shit.
That they're like trying to delay the thing because I guess Ro Connor and Massey are trying to put something together for right. This, and then the Democrats go, oh no, maybe we don't want to do this for a couple of weeks. So that in other words, it's all the AIPAC Democrats are like, no, we don't want to.
You know,
Exactly.
They're all scumbags, man.
Right.
You're right. APAC is the worst.
All of them.
All the
We
APAC Democrats now are like, oh no, we don't
Yeah.
want to really rock the boat. We just give us a couple of weeks.
Right.
You know, it's like,
Well, there's rumors already going around that
Oh,
Trump asked Iran.
what the hell? That was
That
real,
is-
man. That's
real.
a joke, man.
Yeah.
Burj Al Arab.
Hey, you noticed something? Did you notice something?
Yeah.
It
Oh.
didn't collapse.
It didn't collapse like
They
9/11.
won't build.
It
They
didn't
won't
melt.
build.
It did not melt.
No, it's not a plane. It's not a plane. You have to make sure.
No, it's worse. It's a drone.
It's
like a-
drone.
isn't that like 100-story?
It didn't
Nah,
melt.
it doesn't seem like it's a small building. Like,
No, you were about to say. You
Oh, I was about to say there's a rumor going around that Trump asked Iran, said, we want a ceasefire. And Iran said, hell no. So there
Well,
could be
the
a
thing is that they
chance.
had a plan. We had a
Wow.
treaty with Iran. The Trump administration broke that. Then Iran basically gave all the demands to Trump, even though our media is saying that they didn't, but they gave into
Yeah, they
everything
did.
Trump
That's
wanted.
right.
And our media is saying that they didn't want that, our
That's
media is saying the
bullshit.
opposite. But Trump's guys, was it Rubio and the other schmuck,
yeah.
were laughing, walking away because they're like, "Oh, we're gonna just attack you." But guess what?
Yeah. Basically, exactly.
They thought it was a joke, like we're gonna attack these.
Basically, they
sand
said,
people,
okay,
and
fine, we're
now
going to
they're
do
gonna
everything,
realize
and then
this-
they attacked because it was all a
Right.
plan just to,
right.
Yeah.
So
but guys, I have a theory.
now it's like, well,
Guys,
now,
I have
you
a
want us to
theory.
stop now? No, now we're going to fuck you up.
Yeah, now
No,
you're
no,
gonna get
No,
hit.
true. But I have a short theory. It's basically they thought this was Venezuela. They thought it would be Maduro. It's something
Right.
with the culture. You're dealing with Iranians, Ayatollahs, and Islamic Muslim fanatics.
Right.
He's gonna. They say. I think he decided. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die as a martyr. And then that's gonna be the feud to continue the war against Israel, the Zionists, and the United
Right.
States. And I think
Well-
that's gonna happen. But think about it. Since 1979, they've been trying to destroy this monarchy or government or whatever it is, and they have not been successful.
Well,
Right.
And I think what's gonna happen is the whole Middle East is gonna go up in flames again, and it's gonna affect the West and the world. So it's gonna be 9/11 over again, the same bullshit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, right? Like, all the shit started back in 1953 with Iran
Right.
when we overthrew Mossadegh, which was an elected leader. Because we decided to play social engineering, right? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of him.
British,
bring
right?
the king in,
Mhm.
and then the people get tired of the king, kick his ass out, and his son's like roaming around, whatever, saying he's the king.
Oh yeah, no one
Useless. And then we got the nuts, right? The religious nuts. Now, are they totally religious nuts? I mean, they didn't even want to have the nuke. It was the Ayatollah that said it's against Islam.
Right.
And are they really all that crazy? They haven't really done that much shit when you start looking back at the rest of them.
Well, the thing is, here's the thing. All right, and by the way, so the other thing is, we killed the Ayatollah. That's basically the same as going ahead and assassinating the Pope.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
Is the head of the
Yeah.
Shia Muslims.
Mhm.
So they
Which are all throughout the Middle East.
Well, what about the Shias in Iran? They're gonna join forces now. I'm not like this is crazy. This is gonna be really ugly.
Well, Iraq has joined the conversation.
Hell yeah. And then
Right.
the Yemenis are gonna start throwing missiles at it. Like these people, this guy's an idiot. Our president is the biggest dumbass in the fucking world, and he does everything based because some moron like Rubio, that piece of shit, that fucking shit. He's a piece of shit. I hope no one hears this. You say, well, I'll probably lose my new job over this shit, but fake Latino. I hate his gun. I thought I hated the other guy from Texas. Was it him again? The fake Latino from Canada?
Yeah.
Cruz?
yeah.
Another Latino piece of shit. Like our culture, Latino, we produce so much garbage, and they fucking backstabbing assholes. Me and Rick, we get a lot of hate because we don't tolerate the other fake ass Latino. They always like, oh yeah, for the people,
Exactly.
but nah, they always vote against their own self-interest, and they
They do.
always going for the American, and they always tell me, oh, because you trying to be anti. No, it's just like you siding with the wrong side of America. You siding with white supremacy, you idiot.
Yeah.
And they don't see
they're
it,
siding
man.
with white supremacy because they see themselves as white, even though they're not. And then they're also siding because of this whole like religious thing. It's religion. That's
And
but we're no different than the Islamists.
yeah.
We have these religious alt-right jerks in charge of the country. What's the difference?
Well, the nuts that are like, hey, the Jews have to take over the Temple Mount or whatever, build the temple. Then Jesus is going to come back, and then he's going to tell them, either you convert or I kill all of you.
Right.
And then they're saying,
They don't realize that.
You guys are the anti-Semites. I'm like, well, hold on a second. Let's backtrack.
They don't realize that this is
What
all.
do you mean he's going to kill all the Jews? That's anti-Semitic.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all anti-Semitic here. They're gonna crucify us. I'm done. The Zionist mafia is gonna come after me.
Craziness.
What country is that? Guys, is that Israel? That's Iran. Where is that?
The bombs here.
But it's hitting where?
This is Tel Aviv being hit.
Oh yeah, that's scary, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what is that? It's a missile.
They're drones, actually. They're drones.
But wait a second. They're Iron Dome?
Yeah, the Iron Dome cut off. The alarm stopped at one point. There were people reporting that the alarms basically overwhelmed the system where it was no longer working.
Well, the system was the Patriot missile system. They don't have that many of those missiles.
Well, the last attack, it was already damaged.
Right.
So why would you infuriate if you know your shit's busted, right? Why would you put yourself in the crosshair of these people? Unless you want a collateral damage.
Underestimated Iran. That's what it is. You underestimate your enemy. When you underestimate your enemy, you are doomed, man.
Either you underestimate it or you want a body count to continue the war, to justify the war to continue and to expand.
See, Ray's brains work like that.
Well, I will tell you something.
I was a world leader that was facing jail time, and I don't want to go to jail. I'm like, well, how can I stay out of jail? Oh, I'll let ourselves take the first hit, and then I can distract. And what do you think?
I'll tell you something how dangerous it is, because we don't talk about that. Israel has nukes.
Right.
They do.
Now, the last time, and I remember, I'm not a big fan of his, Scott Ritter. He drives me crazy, but he knows his shit when it comes to military stuff, right?
Right.
And he was saying the war that they had, the last big war they had with Lebanon back in the early 2000s,
right.
Lebanon came in within a few meters of hitting their silos.
Right.
Oh, wow.
If they hit their silos,
mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now, all of us on the planet will learn why nuclear weapons are fucking stupid.
Right.
Because it doesn't just mean you get to deliver it. It means somebody can hit yours, and now they just nuked you with your own fucking nukes.
Is Iran aiming their silos?
No, it's not. But you don't know where things can go stray.
Oh, I see.
You see what I mean? And that's what happened
our
with Lebanon.
sensors, like the major hub that was like billions of dollars that they destroyed with a 30K missile. So it's
drone, like 30K drone. Yes.
It's like they took a fucking Hyundai and dropped the Hyundai on top of this.
That's
well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole reason why Israel didn't want them to get a nuke. Not that they were going to use the nukes on Israel, but because it's like, okay, now we got nukes, and now you can't fuck with us.
Yeah.
Same reason why North Korea got a nuke, because okay, now we have nukes. Now you can't fuck with us.
Right.
Now.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden. So had Iran gotten a nuke,
that would have been good.
We're gonna be seeing that video for the next year, Ray.
I think there's more to come. There's so much more to come. We got one of our military bases wiped out.
Yeah, three.
3 bases, which means because war is logistics, right? You got to move shit around.
Yep.
to
Didn't they knocked out the headquarters of the Fifth Fleet, right? CENTCOM.
right, and a radar that covered most of the Middle
Yeah,
East.
so duh.
Yeah,
But,
Oh, they weren't expecting this.
but
They weren't
Trump,
expecting this to happen.
but
Yeah.
Trump is gonna
Actually,
say
you know what?
uncle.
You know what? The guys in the military were expecting this to happen, but they had to listen to Trump, so they couldn't say
Yeah,
no.
that's true. But
So
he's
these
gonna
guys knew this is going to happen, so
he's
they
gonna
know.
say uncle in 2 more weeks, guys. He's gonna say uncle in 2
Two
more
more
weeks.
weeks. I think you're right. I
think the Iranians are going to go. It's like you followed this. You think you're gonna beat this little tiny guy, and you follow him into this room, and you're like, man, I'm going to mess you up. And then you realize he isn't a tiny little guy, and he's just closed the door and locked it. And he goes from talking like this to, yes, I will kill you now. And you're like, oh, shit. And I think the Iranians are going to say, no, no, I'm not done yet.
Yeah, it was called CENTCOM. That's what it was called.
Right.
This thing here.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yes.
And then,
See, that was the missile system that knocked it out.
oh,
Missed.
that's gonna fire up.
They're like, what the fuck?
It's
You notice
crazy,
the guy
man.
right now?
Oh, by the way, anybody has family in the military right now? Yeah,
Active.
I probably have some cousins somewhere.
that you know.
Oh, actually, I do. I have a cousin actually.
So you better call him and then give him your last rites or something, because this is gonna get ugly. People are gonna
By the
get
way,
killed.
I'll tell you this, because I was talking to someone that deals with veterans. They were telling me that our Coast Guard is out that way.
Oh,
They
they are?
shipped our Coast Guard out that way,
Yeah.
which is crazy, because our Coast Guard's for our coast.
Right.
Right.
The hell is doing it all the way out that
You
way?
see, if what could happen is that, and hopefully not, but that we centralize all this stuff over there, and then we're kind of exposed, and then shit happens here, whether it's civil
We have
or ICE and militias, but something could happen, you know?
50% of our military in there. Now, I shared with you yesterday, Ray, on Facebook,
Yeah,
a very similar stupid scenario.
right,
Which happened in my mom's country. Well, technically mine, Spain. In
right.
1588, they had like 138 ships.
Oh
They went up the English Channel,
yeah.
and only 60 came back.
Wow.
They got completely wiped out because of a storm.
That's right.
And yeah, I think they only had like a few hundred soldiers that made it back out of thousands of soldiers.
Right.
Was that the
Yeah, we don't want a 1588, but unfortunately, we have assholes at the.
yeah.
Well, this is the thing, and also what someone else said is that what Trump did was basically all the sleeper cells that Iran had in the United States are now all awake.
Yeah.
No, you mean the whole world?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
In the
It's
United
open
States, too,
season,
so-
yo. It's like it's really dangerous out there. If you're American or you Jewish, you're a target, man. We a target, man.
Scary.
Well,
Every time.
I will be honest with you.
I think everyone's a target, to be honest.
I will be honest with you. And no disrespect to the people who lack melanin, but if you're melanated and American, you're okay.
Tom, you gotta get some
You're white
tan. Tom,
American.
you gotta get a
You
tan.
just take it as so. Did you?
I'm
vote for
fine. Don't worry about it. I'm
Start dressing him like Bernie Sanders.
Bernie
I'm
Sanders.
Trump? You're good. You're good.
fine.
You're good,
Oh, there
man.
you go. So, you know, you too, Ray. Ray, you need a tan also, man. What's up, Ray, man? What kind of?
Well, all
Yeah,
I need
man.
is sun. I'll be okay.
I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'm fine.
That's something. So I'll be honest. No, but I think most people know it's not really us. And here's the other thing we're not talking about.
Hmm.
As much as we have a lack of missiles, and you were talking, Tom, about the production rate sucks
Right.
shit.
Mhm.
China put a ban on rare earths.
Right.
Now we can get rare earths as much as we want to, but not only do they dig it up the most, they refine the rare earths,
Right.
and we need those rare earths to make our missiles.
Yep.
So
Yep.
as we're like drawing down our actual like arsenal,
Right. We
Right.
need this shit to get.
we're fucked.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of dumb moves.
because
This guy wants a posterior.
he's such a genius.
Yeah.
Let's go.
He's a deal maker.
Let's go piss off the guy that we get the stuff from, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Ray, you got to show them the picture of Trump from the bombing.
Yes.
Share. You got to share that
Where is
picture.
it?
That picture is of a man who had to suck his ego up through his ass.
Yeah, we had that.
Ego up his ass.
Take a look at it.
He looked terrible. Yeah, let's see if I can find it again. Let's see.
If not, I'll send it to you again. Let me know.
Hold on, I got a lizard video over here. I'm trying to move out of the way.
Lizard video with lizard people.
The lizard people.
The lizard people. That would be a good name for a band, by the way.
The lizard people. The sleep slacks, right? Land of the Lost.
Yeah.
God,
Here you go.
that's
Here
a
you go. I
comic
sent it
book.
to you
That's
again,
a
man.
comic book.
Oh, yeah, he's got
Send it
it.
to me. Facebook or Instagram. That's what
Instagram, yeah.
I cut off the Instagram.
The lizard people.
The lizard people.
Although Melania does look like a lizard.
Oh my God! Yeah, she got that stretched back face.
Well, she's supposed to be hosting something at the Security Council. Let's see, what's this picture?
She reminds me of the witch from Conan.
Yeah, that's true. But Tom, Melania is the mother of the Antichrist.
Oh God! So what is he looking at now?
They're telling him about the operations in Iran.
This is how it's going. He's shitting himself.
He's shitting himself. He looks like he's ready for the coffin, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's taking a dump on himself for sure.
Now, what was this picture taken yesterday or today?
That was from yesterday.
Oh, was this after they started hitting all our bases?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't think that we were going to get hit.
They knocked out 3 bases. Hey man, the United States hit a all girls school.
I know.
Piece, but it's like, and they hit 3 bases. What does that say?
Well, that was deliberate to hit the girls' school because don't want them to grow up to become terrorists.
Yeah. Although the billionaires will be disappointed they don't get to have fresh meat to rape and eat and murder and shit.
Well, yeah, it's funny that you say that because it's just like now they're saying, "Oh, there's a new look in Hollywood," and it's like they look like fucking Cruella DeVille. All these, you can see that the blood thing is. It's like it's weird.
Oh, is this the
They have this
Lady Gaga look?
they're calling it a new look. It's a new look in Hollywood. It's like, no, they look like fucking vampires.
You mean Morticia?
Yeah, Morticia.
That's a heroin.
Fire Morticia, come on.
Somebody said, a world of warships. That was from Cal Munoz. And then this other guy said, AI, LOL. Which one's AI, Christian? Send me more details.
Ray, I put a comment there. Did you see it? Yeah.
Your comment was, guys, let me in. No.
Please, I want to be part of this fun.
Ready,
part of the fun.
Let's see. I'm checking my phone for.
It was on the Facebook.
On the Facebook. Facebook. Oh, let's see. Whoa. Guys, quick question. What war is good for? Yeah. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep, that's it. You guys got the answer?
What is war good for?
Yeah. Absolutely nothing. That's how the song goes.
Thank you. Like the song said. Ray, you're kind of slow. What's up, Ray, man? What's going on, man?
Come on, man.
Multitasking.
He goes over there in Europe, and he catches it quicker than you are.
Yeah, well, there's a 6-hour difference,
It took 6 hours to get to me, man.
It's 6 hours ahead of me.
Miguel, I'm gonna send you a package in the mail soon.
All right.
Yeah, he's got it. He's on the, it's morning over here, it's evening over there. He's sharper.
Excusa barata. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, yeah, I just saw that.
All
right, guys, you read a message? I just posted it.
Yeah.
This for all you guys.
Okay.
Can I quickly say something about this? Ray knows about this.
What was the other one that you wanted to talk about?
I think he wants to talk about the project.
Oh, the project. Go ahead. Bring it up.
So this project is by this guy that I said his name is Ben Ferrara. He used to work for Jim Lee. He hates Jim Lee, by the way. Not Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld. He's working for Extreme Studio. So he has his own studio in California called Pilot Studio. And I worked with him before with this project called Always Punch Nazis, which was a big, hit for him and whatever. But now he's doing a thing called American Gestapo. So he asked me, do you know any comic book artist, writer, creator that want to create anything that is like not only just anti-ICE or Trump, just anything that will, it's kind of left wing, So it's just like it'll make a statement, So if you guys have anything that you feel that you want to contribute, I'll send you the information, and he will give you comp copies, and then he will, And this time around, he's not gonna back off, because when he did Always Punch Nazi, what was it? Breitbart News made a big deal about it, that he was advocating violence against Nazis, and then real Nazis started making threats against him in his house in California. He told me, like, Gary, we gotta back off on this project because they're making threats with me and the family. Real Nazis.
Damn.
So I was like, surf Nazi Mazai? Like, what the fuck is this going on? So he got shook. So this time around, he's like, I'm not gonna get shook. I'm gonna go in hard, and he goes in hard. This guy is a true leftist liberal from Cali. Like, he makes national. What's the idiot from the governor from Cali called?
Gavison,
whatever his name is. It looks like Bambi, because this guy doesn't give a shit now. He's like, he wants Trump's head on a platter. So if you guys are interested, I think I can post the information right here. And then you guys can just follow.
Sure.
Once you contact him directly through Facebook, then he just will say yes. So I got like 5 of my friends of all type of mediums, from comic books, graffiti, street art. This is back in the day. Everybody wants to get in this shit. They were like, let's go after this motherfucker, So I'm
down.
So
yeah,
that's it. That's a pitch. So
I can do a 3-page on my own.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm actually working on something right now. I am.
Yeah, and it's short, and he tells you how many pages when he needed. I think it's in the next month.
He was looking for pinups and
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it could be a pinup, man. So
Yeah,
that's fine.
So this is now that they're not getting their little baby blood, you could start
baby blood.
Yeah, what do they call it? Adrenochrome.
Hey, you know that white genocide stuff that Elon's talking about?
Right.
Well, maybe he's got to tell his friends to stop eating them white babies.
Look at that. Look how scary that shit is. Look at that. That's Kelly Osbourne, Ozzy Osbourne's daughter. She looks like fucking My Name Is Mock. Thanks a lot.
Ray, it's called crack. Ray, it's called crack cocaine.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah.
She's a crackhead.
Oh.
Scary.
Or meth.
And then the mother.
Oh, well,
the mother also. I mean, look at the
she's a mother's a vampire. She's a bloodsucker. So.
They look like fucking straight up vampires. The Olsen
Wait
twins.
a second. Whose mother is that?
No, this is the Olsen twins, and then Ozzy Osbourne's wife is over here. She's looking like pretty horrid herself.
Well, it is Ozzy Osbourne's wife, man.
She's gonna be 800 years old too. So,
but look, I mean, her daughter looks the same age. They look like the Great Gardens over here.
Ray, she made a pact with the devil. Come on, man. They need blood. They haven't gotten fresh blood yet.
I mean, these girls look fucking scary.
that's the Olsen twins.
Yeah, the Olsen twins.
Now, their sister is the good one, who's the Scarlet Witch, but they look like
they look like hell.
Shit.
But what about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett? She looks like a bloodsucker.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of them. They're just vampires. It's like Blade, you have the familiars, and then you got the vampires.
No, but guys, she had a heavy metal band called Wicked Wisdom. I was like, hey, like,
who?
Who's that?
Jada Pinkett.
Oh really?
This guy's wife, Will Smith's wife. She had a heavy metal band called Wicked Wisdom. I saw them live years ago in Brooklyn in Afro Punk. And I remember the scene. Everybody was like, "What the f is this about?" And she was in full heavy metal.
Oh, that's when she still looks hot. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that there's something devilish behind that.
They look like the vampires in Blade. It's like
pretty much. She has no hair. She's just very goth.
But this is before her alopecia episode,
Yeah, there's a lot of dark energy there.
Hey, he's got the Thundercats.
You got
Thundercats.
Yeah.
He's got the Thundercats logo. Come on.
The Thundercats
That's
logo.
that's creepy.
Uh,
Almost like creepy as the little robot vacuum that runs around here.
The Roomba.
The Roomba.
He's got his
There's
roof.
this hilarious video going around of a Roomba because they can't smell and stuff, and apparently this lady had it scheduled to clean,
Right.
but the dog took a dump.
Oh, whoa.
Here's a little-
So the Roomba is spreading shit all over the apartment.
Wow.
It's hilarious.
But yeah, I hear you. Those things are creepy.
Well, that'll teach her.
Hey, guys, it's 3 hours and 9 minutes. We are way over time.
It's all right.
Way too much fun here.
It's a lot of fun, man.
Fun.
We got,
We got jokes.
4 live viewers. You
We
know,
have way too much fun here.
Ray, how many viewers you have, Ray? How many? 200?
we have 4 live on YouTube right now, and then we had a few people. We had a few hundred.
I think I made some people mad because I was talking about liberals.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
don't
make
say
fun
that.
of everybody here. We make fun of everyone.
No, I was just saying that we go along with the regime change too much.
Yeah.
We
And that's
we
wrong.
have to make everyone uncomfortable so that people could do something about it.
Yeah.
If everyone's just happy in their little camp, then they're not going to leave. You know,
Their little
No,
Gary camp.
I'll never go over to the
Gary
right wing.
camp.
Their Gary camp.
They're the-
What's happening in a Gary camp?
I mean, that's a double-edged sword. If you speak up your mind, people use it against you. That's what happens
I
in
know.
the States.
Yes.
You might lose your job. It's just horrible. People are so horrible in this country, and I say that all the time. They keep on telling me, "Don't say that," because look at the freedom you guys. Like, what freedom? You being controlled, you being watched every minute. And you know what we say? Like, what the hell? Like, and then they call me paranoid. Oh, you paranoid?
33. We're at 33 views
Realistic.
so far.
I don't know if you remember this, but there was long ago Ice-T. One of his albums was "Freedom of Speech," but watch what you say.
Right.
And the album cover had like the guy with guns in his ears and a gun to his
There
mouth.
you go. He told us.
Ice was telling us, man. Freedom.
Yeah, I mean, most rappers, even movies, etc., Big Brother's watching and controlling, and people stupid enough in this country to be swayed by liars,
Right.
politicians, and money. People just literally will sell their soul to the devil for the almighty dollar.
Right.
That's how
Yep.
this country moves, man. So,
Fortunately,
you did the right thing when you go live in the States, because this country is full of shit. I mean, I can't leave because unfortunately I have nowhere to go.
what do you mean?
Right.
You go back
Maybe
to
Canada, if they let me, migrate to Canada. But
You
otherwise,
can go to Dominican Republic.
I'm gonna give them hell. I'm gonna fight to the day I die, man. Whether it be my art, whether it be me speaking up, I don't give a shit no more. Like, fuck you, man. Like, I'm done. I'm done being politically nice and correct. Now I'm shouting out. I'm worse than Ray, because Ray tends to be very polite about the way he fights.
Yeah.
I give him respect, because I'm not from the hood. I'm like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna hit you. I'm tired of these fucking
Cash. I
fuckers.
walk the line.
No, he has to. Ray has to. He has too much to lose. I don't got shit. I don't give a fuck. Other than
We all have to get our passports. We have to come to France.
I'm gonna stay
come.
here. I'm gonna be that guy making sure that these
Come to
fucking
France.
assholes will be in the. I'll do it for you, Miguel. I'm gonna check these motherfuckers, and then when you come here, everything is good. It's like the way the mayor Mandami is doing it. They hate this guy so much, and I'm not saying he's perfect, but he's pissing off the right people, and I'm like, yes. And then at the same time he's making a deal with the devil, which is Trump. But then at the same time it's all game, But
Right,
as
right.
long as he's pissing off the status quo, it's like when I voted for Hillary. I hated that woman. She's the worst piece of shit there is. But she pissed off so many Republican conservative assholes to the point that even like, let's steal the election from this woman. That's to show you America. This country is the worst.
Right.
And I hope that someone takes this video and use it against me sometime in the near future.
Hey, careful what
You might get a
And
job.
I'm gonna double down even more. I'm
Double
like,
down.
F you too.
He's gonna double down like Julie Brown
Julie Brown.
from the Bronx all the way to Chinatown.
I didn't know rap was. I didn't know.
Downtown Julie Brown.
I had no idea. She's British, by the way. She's even from the Bronx. I had no idea Ray had a rap career at one point. MC Ray, yo, come on, Ray.
Poet, and I don't even know it.
Color my hair.
I'm a little shy. I don't like to show it.
Color my hair.
Yo, Ray got skills, man. Yo, I'm impressed. I never knew he got, what is it, Ray from the Boogie Down? There you go, Ray.
From the
So
boogie down.
that is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's what happens when you work with teenagers. You just try to like humor them.
I sent you
guy with the dad jokes.
I sent you all the information from Ben Ferrari,
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very cool. So Ben Ferrari, we should get Ben Ferrari on here.
We still have to do our things for Clayton.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah. Ray's gonna hook that up.
Yeah, it's already been hooked. You just got to get this. Hook.
we gotta get the bios.
You're already on the hook. It's
already hooked, Ray. It's already hooked. You sure? Because I haven't given you my bio.
Yeah.
There you go.
So, we'll talk about that more off the air, but we're gonna wrap this up because I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So copy and paste information aside, guys.
Our longest episode 23, right? Episode 23. Tune in.
Episode 23, my man.
The longest episode, just like the longest State of the Union.
Right.
Yeah, except we actually
Episode
said
23
something
with
that
World War
actually
III.
wasn't totally
State of the
good.
Union, the longest episode, right?
Yes.
With a lot going on. This was an interesting week. There was a lot going on this week.
So Ray, close it up with some peaceful thinking.
Well, I talked to
Where's the wisdom? Where's the
Miguel
wisdom?
close us out today.
Yeah, please.
I sent you this video of a French dude describing
On Facebook.
Dallas, Texas, and it was actually the most fucking absolutely hilarious thing I've ever seen. So I don't know if you want me to resend it to you, but it was absolutely hysterical.
Was that on Facebook or Instagram?
Instagram. It's on X, but it was it's hysterical.
Yeah, I had to get rid of my X account. I held on. I was holding on for so long, and I was just like.
Someone tried to hack into
Maybe
my
I can find it on Facebook. Hold on.
Yeah, let me see. When did you send it? Oh, I found it. I got it.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just stitches, man.
Let's see. All right. Oh, he's wearing a Bucky shirt. Love it. That's it.
One of the biggest trash talkers. It was great.
Hold on. Let me. Whoops. Let me cue that up. Yeah. Let's see. I like his Bucky's shirt there. Let's see. Let me remove that. Stop that. Go.
That
here.
guy had me in stitches.
Oh yeah. There we go. Let's see. Share. All right. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see nada.
Dallas Fort Worth area, and I'm ready to publish my psychiatric evaluation. DFW is not a metropolitan area. It's a financial cult built on top of a 16-lane highway. Let's start with Dallas. Dallas is basically Dubai, but the women have bigger hair, and everyone is heavily armed. It's a massive plastic surgery clinic floating on an oil spill. And the cars, everyone drives a lifted 6-ton military-grade assault truck. Are they crossing the desert? Are they invading a country? No, they're going to the Chick-fil-A. Calm down, Brenda. You're driving the Panzer tank to buy a chicken sandwich and yoga pants. And how do they wash away the sins of this extreme capitalism? They go to a mega church. In France, our churches are 800 years old, freezing cold, and designed to make you feel terrible about yourself. In Dallas, church is Las Vegas casino for Jesus. It's a stadium with 15,000 seats, 3 coffee shops, a gift shop, and jumbotron screen. The pastor wears $20,000 Rolex and arrives in a private helicopter paid for by all money to teach you about humility.
Exactly.
It's literal hypnosis. And then to escape the plastic, you drive 30 minutes to Fort Worth. This is where the real oil money rides. Fort Worth is a city entirely dedicated to poverty cosplay. You will see a guy at a bar. He smells like a farm animal. His jeans are destroyed. He looks like a medieval peasant who just survived the plague. Do not give him $1. This is Earl. Earl owns 500 oil wells, private jet, and he could legally buy your entire bloodline in cash. And all of this insanity exists for one reason: oil. In Europe, to get rich, you need a 400 years old family empire or a PhD in physics, and still it's difficult. In Texas, a guy just taps the dirt with a metal pipe. The earth bleed a toxic black juice, and boom, he's suddenly a billionaire and buys his third wife a brand new face. So if you want culture, go to Paris. But if you want to watch a billionaire dressed like a homeless man drink a Starbucks inside the holy stadium, welcome to Dallas Fort Worth. God bless us. I spent some time in.
That was good.
That's perfect.
That pretty sums it up.
That's perfect.
What's up with the upside down cross on his side?
I don't know,
I
man.
missed that.
Actually, upside down
that's
cross is
perfect.
like, you know, that's St. Peter's cross.
Oh,
That's-
As a Catholic, I always crack up. I'm not practicing Catholic, but whenever I would see people go, "Oh my God, upside down cross," I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with you? That's how St. Peter got killed. He was crucified upside down."
See, I don't know. I'm
And the
an
chimps
atheist,
on
so-
Planet of the Apes were on upside down
Right,
crosses,
exactly,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
I was a Catholic when I was born, and maybe till I was 5, but I have no idea.
Oh man,
Nothing like that.
I actually went through grade school and Catholic high school, so
Oh wow.
Oh,
very well
my
versed.
condolences. Yes, me too. Where's your Catholic high school?
Oh, so you're okay. So you know what I mean, then,
Like
right?
Cardinal Hayes High School. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where was yours? Where was your pain?
I lived in Kingston, Ontario at the time, so I went to a Catholic high school that was a Jesuit high school.
The
called
Jesuits. Yes.
Notre Dame.
We had the Jesuits. Yes.
Is that the one with all the Indians buried in the backyard? Or?
Probably.
Probably.
The Jesuits were good teachers, though. They were good. To be
yeah.
honest, I was just talking with Johnny yesterday. We did get a good education. We were educated.
Yeah.
We were educated because when I went to the first year of college at City University, basically, every book and every class was what I already had in senior year in high school.
Yeah.
So so basically I just took all my notes from high school and
use it for university.
Oh wow.
For the first because they're like, wait, I had this already.
Sounds like Denny O'Neill's writing.
Yeah.
Ray.
All his notes from
Before you
college
close-
ended up being in his books. What?
Right.
Ray, before you close, can I say something real quick?
What's that?
I taught in a Catholic school here in the Bronx for maybe half a year.
Which one?
The one near Southern Boulevard, I believe.
St. Martin's?
I forgot the name. They closed the schools, no longer open. But
St. Martin's.
I can't remember. Could be. It was right next to the train station. But regardless, I was there for 6 months as a sub. And you got to keep in mind, I was trying to reintroduce myself back to being a Catholic in the 90s because I was a Protestant for like born again Christian for 10 years. And then the kids asked me, I was in religious history studies. They asked me, "Mister, could you teach us about the Hail Marys?" I'm like in football? And they don't I don't know shit about being a Catholic.
Wow.
You know, my father's a Catholic, by the way, from Dominican Republic, so he's hardcore. And he asked me recently, "You want to go to Catholic Mass?" And I told him I'm an atheist. And he's like, "Since when?" And then he took out the paperwork. "Look, you were baptized as a Catholic here in the Bronx." I was like, oh my God, this guy's taking it too serious, you know.
I worked in a Catholic prison on Gun Hill Road. It was a Catholic church / school that was converted to a juvenile detention center across the street from Montefiore Hospital.
Oh, really?
How convenient.
It still exists. That was my first summer school as a teacher.
Wow.
I went from working in a middle school to working in a prison.
About the same.
And then
Yeah.
But hold on, Ray. But weren't you a Jehovah's Witness at that time? Yeah.
I was a Jehovah's no, not at that time. I was Jehovah's Witness from age 15 to 19, and then I was a prison. My first prison teacher in the Bronx was when I was 22.
Oh wow.
Well, something like that. 22? No, 26, something like that.
That's why Ray knows how to rap, man.
But I'll have to say that recovering Catholics, I think
recovering Catholics.
Recovering. We're very jaded.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Very jaded. We
Yeah.
do share that sense of humor. Very jaded.
Yes.
And perfect example, George Carlin.
Yes.
Jesuit.
Cardinal Hayes High School.
Same school.
I had
school.
teachers that he had. They used to talk about him all the time.
Oh,
He was kicked out in junior year, but he went back years later to he got an award and he would go back to do fundraisers for the school. So along with George Carlin, along with Regis Philbin, who was a graduate of Cardinal Hayes.
But he was a student in the 40s, right? 1940s?
Right. And also another graduate of Cardinal Hayes was Martin Scorsese, the director.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that Scorsese. Yeah,
That's
he's very
right.
jaded. Yeah, yeah.
And the last movie he did, which was the one about the
Native Indians.
Indians, the final scene in the movie, which takes place, supposed to be.
Hey, don't give it away. I haven't seen the film.
No, don't worry. It takes place. It's a radio broadcast in the 1940s, but they shot it in the auditorium of Cardinal Hayes.
They shot it in the Bronx.
They shot it at the Cardinal Hayes High School in the auditorium. So,
and that's your piece for Bronx history. We have to end this show because I'm going to get killed if I don't. Here we go.
When's the funeral?
The apocalypse is coming. Are you scared? Are you prepared? The masses are running, frantically running from their fears, running with their tears, running from their lives, running from that dark shadowed creature that hides deep inside.